Did you know Bond students have been in every Olympics since '92? How do they do it?
Bond is known for its prowess in the sporting domain.
With incredible facilities throughout campus, it means you can easily transition from this to this. Sport is alive and well at Bond University.
So Maroochydore coached by Steve Walshett, and they've had the sitting 8th on the ladder. They've had the 7 wins, and then we've got Noosa coached by former Brisbane and Essendon ruckman Matt Leuenberger. They're currently sitting 10th, but they've got 6 wins so far this year, so they're only 4 points behind, so plenty to play for. And I don't think it matters, does it, Riley, where these two teams are on the ladder? There's a lot, as I said, a big rivalry, a long history of some great grand finals that both teams have played over the years.
Oh, absolutely, Jack, and we might get another entry into that chapter today, just as we see the captains make their way out to toss now. I think it's going to be a bit of a battle of Maroochidore's forward line, which we were talking about off camera before, is quite tall and big, and also they've got Ben Thomas there, VFL footballer at times, up against, I think, Noosa's strengths, probably their midfield, and having Jono Freeman down, you'd think, in the goal square, and then moving up the ground, if required, throughout the game. Yeah,
and Riley, you spoke earlier about the firepower up forward for Maroochydore this year. We see a look at Ben Thomas, you said from the, he's played a bit of Lions VFL this year. Ty Gallup, the exciting young Ty Gallup from the Lions Academy. Mitch Scollard, who's been a fantastic, Mitchell Scollard, who's been a fantastic forward here in the QAFL for a long period of time, and he's joined by former Noosa forward Aaron Wilson, who's joined the club this year, so they will be hard to stop today if they get that midfield supply.
And Wilson actually coming from Noosa.
Yeah.
He was at Noosa last year, so just a bit of adding a little bit more to what's already, as you said, a very big history between these two teams.
And some of the players to watch for Noosa today, look at number 3, Mitchell Conn. You can tell us a little bit about him. Jai Fitzpatrick, who's been a great veteran for them over a long period of time. Seb Rogers, who's played a little bit with Southport, but Noosa, and also they welcome Ben Silvani, coming off a really good game last year.
I also think there was a late change for Noosa. Right. Jack, Declan Fitzpatrick is in. He was listed in the emergencies, and he's replaced Jesse Tui. So I believe it's his debut as well. So I know Noosa have blooded a bit of youth from their youth program this year, which is great to see.
Well, congratulations to Declan playing with his brother Jai today, so that will be something to look forward to. Riley, umpires for today's game, who have we got?
Our 3 field umpires, Matt Bellinar, Lachlan Ryan, and a local umpire, Brock Herman, on the boundary. We've got Samuel Chatterton and Andrew Reddy, and in the goals, Peter Coleman and Lachlan Borthwick. And the mic's moving around. The wind is definitely getting up in the box here, Jack.
And of course, we thank Bradman's Windows and Doors, who support our umpires across the QAFL competition this year. Of course, also there's Pride Round this round as well, as we know, across some of the clubs that are playing in Pride Round, and we thank Jarrah Corporate, which is the naming rights partner for Pride Round, and also Jarrah Corporate Pride Cup Round, which are playing for down in some of the teams down in South East Queensland.
I think with Pride Round today, Jack, that they've got all the games at the South Pine Sporting Complex. I think both at the QAFL W seniors and reserves.
Right.
So 8 games of footy all at the one venue.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. You can catch all your action here on the QAFL live stream action on YouTube or the AFL Queensland channel. So if you want to watch any of those games, you can click across and have a look at that today.
Now, it looks like Noosa's going to be kicking with the wind first, or going at least left of screen. I just was watching Aaron Wilson have some final shots before he joined the team huddle, and that was going right to left, quite viciously down at this right-hand end. So I think the wind is going to play a telling factor very early. We might see a lot of play, you would think, on the far side of the ground today.
So that'll make it difficult for rotations today. So again, players will have to work their way across the ground to get those rotations happening. Otherwise, as to your point, it'll be stuck over there. We see it at the Neil Upton Oval. It's got a few names, but also the Domino's Park. But certainly the traditional name is the Neil Upton Oval. But fantastic facilities here. The ground's set up really well. You played here last night. How'd you go? And how was it underfoot?
It's pretty good underfoot, Jack. They've kept the ground. No one's been on it all week, and they opened it up last night. My goal kicking, the better, less said, the better. But it holds pretty well. Bit of mud in the middle of both forward 50s, as we'll see, but that's probably dried out now, especially with this wind today. So hopefully it should be a little bit more solid underfoot, as we just see the last players make their get to their positions.
So Matt Molina's got the ball in hand. He's not far away. Ruckman for today. We've got Max McDonald wearing number 20 and number 27 for Noosa in Mac Johnson. Umpire holds the ball. Here we go for this round 14 action. 120 years of State League football. The ball's bouncing in the air. It's a big tap. McDonald gets his first hands on the ball first and gets the clearance, kicks it away out to the outer wing as the ball races towards the half-forward area. Bounces over the top. Noosa get their hands on the ball, but ducking and weaving. Handball over the top. That looks like that was might have been Thomas trying to get that ball away, but Noosa win the ball now. Kick it forward. They try to square it up towards centre half forward, and it's a good strong mark to Maroochydore around the centre half back area.
Risky kick into the middle, and we can see that wind holds the ball up. 3 players around it. Good collection by Holt. Inside forward 50. He'll look to go in the path of Gallup. Gets out the back. There's a captain Govan. Fighting forward in front position. Goes to ground. Ball trapped in. Tackled by 2 Noosa players, and eventually we'll get a ball up. Probably one thing we should have spoken pre-game, sorry Jack, is the centre circle's actually about being taken 10 metres further away from us. So the centre square stayed the same, but that winger on the far side's almost going to be like a 5th midfielder today. From the stoppage we can see Con there. Little kick over the top. Buntain moves it up to centre wing, but Maroochydore will cut this off courtesy of Fleming.
Fleming, mid-wing. His eyes are looking in. He'll probably have to kick into the breeze here, so he might want to go short or he's going to drive it long. It's a big kick up forward. Pack set themselves. Big punch over the back there from the Noosa defenders, and now quick kick forward. Here's a chance for Maroochydore, a handball up forward, but it's going to be cut off by Noosa as they kick the ball back through the middle, but it's going to have too much on it, and it's going to be cleaned up in the middle of the ground by Maroochydore. They'll go in short. Nice little mark, and he finds Stone. Stone's eyes darting around, looking for a nice kick inside 50. He drives it long. Got in the front with Wilson, gets the ball punched over the top. Now it's tackled, strong tackle there by Noosa, and the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
Like that build-up from Maroochydore, just getting to 55 metres out and going relatively quickly to the hot spot. For these blustery conditions, you need to be predictable. Tatter out to Gallup, to Vivian. Gallup again, second effort. No real chance to get rid of it. Umpire Herman will ball it up. We see some players struggling to adjust with the ball in the air, courtesy of the wind. Great tap and collect. Govan, Vivian, shot on goal, tackled by no free kick, and then eventually a stoppage right there in the mud. About 25 out from Maroochidore's goal. A couple of minutes in, no score either way.
McDonald already looking dangerous in the ruck, Riley.
Yeah, he gets another hit out there. This time, though, it's to his team's disadvantage, although it's a poor kick, and it's going to be Bradley McDonald taking the intercept mark, about 55 out from goal. McDonald,
will he go long? Look for some tall timber up forward. He does. He kicks into the pocket. He's got a player on the lead if he can get it. Just bounces over the top. He ducks inside. Tackled there by the Noosa defender. Kicked up high. No one can take the mark. Spills free. Jumping on top of the ball. Trying to dart the ball out. A handball out the back there. Looked like that was Horsbury. It's now kicked back along down the line. And a strong mark. Play on's a call. Punched over the top. Now he's been tackled in the back. Umpire says no free kick. Play on's a call. They're going to get tied up and they'll ball the ball up there. We've played just approaching the 3-minute mark of the first time here. 120 years of QAFL football. Maroochydore versus Noosa.
Far forward flank from Maroochydore. It'll be Noosa with the clearance. Ball's bounced up a couple of times today. It's at their favour of Noosa. Although no clear disposal, ball goes out over the boundary line. I think, Jack, we can expect almost all of the game to be played on that side of the ground, at least with the way the wind's blowing at the moment. It's a good crowd in here at Neil Upton Oval. Grandstand, the clubhouse is packed to our right. There's a few cars around as well. Max McDonald and Mac Johnston in the ruck. No one really got a hand to it. McDonald got the clearance. The centre half forward, Holt. Good hand pass to a runner inside forward 50. Maroochydore go asking the lead of Cavallaro. Juggles it, can't grab it. Thomas at ground level, dangerous. The left foot shot on goal, wobbles through. On his non-preferred, Benjamin Thomas gets the opening goal of the game. Maroochydore on the board. And probably reward for Max McDonald's dominance in the ruck, Jack.
Yeah, he's getting first use of the ball, no question about that, Riley. They're getting plenty of looks inside forward 50. He is a dangerous player, Thomas. I certainly watched him play some really good games for the Lions early in the season against, I think it was Southport. He really lit that up in the early rounds, and he'll be a good acquisition back in his home colours today.
And with Maroochydore having such a big forward line, Gallup, Cavallaro, Scollard and Wilson, they've got targets everywhere every time they go inside forward 50. We probably see Cavallaro and Wilson being the two big ones at the moment. Thomas is at their feet and Gallup's been pretty mobile for a big player as well. Just going to ask a lot of Noosa's back six today.
Umpire back in the centre bounce. Favours, umpire's going to call that one back. Yeah, I thought it favoured Ruckman in Johnson. So again, you'll throw it up this time. Up they go. Again, McDonald gets the tap and it spills free. A chance here now. Tackled with the foot. He gets the hand. Umpire says you pushed him in the back. And it'll be a free kick going towards, looks like that was Govan, the captain. He shoots a short kick across. Will he hit his target? Just falls short now. Puts his teammate under pressure. Spills a handball out under pressure again. Good tackle pressure by Noosa. Now they get a quick kick forward, a handball forward. The pressure again as they drive the ball forward is Maroochydore. Trying to get the front spot was Noosa. They couldn't take the mark. Spills free. Play on's a call. They just wrestle their way out of it. And umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
Winning all the clearances at the moment, Maroochydore. It's got to be concerning for Noosa. I don't think Noosa have gone inside forward 50. We've played 5.5 minutes here. Ball tossed up about 40 out from Maroochidore's goal. There's Thomas firing out a hand pass. Govan again had plenty of it early. Goes to Stone. Gets the fend out. Back to Govan. He's on his preferred side if he can gather cleanly. Goes by another hand pass. Asks a lot of Cavallaro near the boundary line, and in the end Noosa having to push the ball out over.
Lots and lots of people here. We've obviously got the big netball courts over in the background there, and so a real hub of sport here in Maroochydore.
No junior soccer today as well, so it can all be going on a Saturday here. Very hard to get a car park, I can tell you that. Tossed in about 45 out from Maroochidore's goal. McDonald and Johnston, neither ruck got a hand, and there's a free kick. I think at the outer zone umpires called this. Are we having it thrown in again?
Yep.
So I have another ball in. Max McDonald up against Mac Johnston. A lot of players around the footy. The defensive side, because the ball's going right to left here. Stone, hand pass to a runner. It's a high kick up inside forward 50. Gallops the forward from Maroochydore, can't gather it. Now Noosa. Nice little kick over the top. And a mark taken to Rory McKenzie.
It was clever work there by Gallup. He just engaged with the defender first. Couldn't take the mark, but it was good forward craft. Here's a chance now for Noosa as they shoot the ball across the flag. He goes backwards. Has he got too much on it? Does. It bounces, puts the pressure under Free. Free just cuts across now and tries to send the ball across to his teammate. And it might roll out of bounds over the line. So just a little bit sloppy there by the defenders in here at Noosa. But I think they're really reluctant to bring the ball up through the windy as it just gets blustery. As we see coming onto the ground for is Sam McKenzie, the vice captain. Oh, he's coming back off, and he's going to come onto the ground. Will be Liam Adams for Maroochydore.
Another ball inside Maroochidore's forward 50. They're actually going into the wind, so to control all the territories they've had, there's been an impressive effort in the first 7.5 minutes. Great throw from the boundary umpire. It was Wilson in the ruck that time from Maroochydore. Max McDonald's had a great start, but it's going to be Noosa with the clearance. Up to mid-wing now, centre wing, the ball bouncing. Here's a chance for them to attack, but in the end the boundary line is the winner. We'll have another ball in. Jack, how should you be playing these conditions? We said the wind's going to that far forward pocket for Noosa at the moment.
Well, I think you got to look laterally. You've got to use the ball. I think you got to run it. You got to run and carry. I think through here. So run in numbers and try and get the ball out to the carry and then run and carry. I think to bring that ball inside 50, just can't players away. You know, it's going to be difficult conditions to kick in today. So got to be good by foot. Umpire throws the ball in front spot. Again, another clearance for Maroochidore's. Thomas is busy, tries to get a handball. He's been caught with the footy. Umpire says you've dropped it. And here's a chance now for Noosa. A great tackle there. It looked like it was Billy Bowes. So Bowes, central wing, scoreboard side, left foot, Goes to centre, fought too much on it, bounces over the top. Wagner jumps on the ball, umpire says there's a push. So a free kick to Noosa. This is their first inside 50 look today. The Tigers. Kick long and high into the forward line. Pack set themselves. Punch over the back. Good work there by Noosa as they clear the ball, by Maroochydore as they clear the ball again. And a nice kick up forward and they've found a target.
And he goes straight away, risky kick inboard. Wilson grabs cleanly, taken, holding the ball, says the umpire. Some of his former teammates giving him a bit of stick for it as well. So repeat inside forward 50s coming up here, you would think, for the Tigers. 65 out from home, sends it to the hot spot. The wind will take it another 10. Might get out over the back here, good spoil. And it's towards the boundary line, and it trickles out. It's a chance for Noosa to control some territory and want to get themselves on the board. We can see how advantageous that wind is, Jack, for Noosa going forward at the moment.
Yep, that was a big kick there by Fitzpatrick. As I said, it was a good call. He got an extra couple of metres on that kick. So the Tigers inside their forward 50. Haven't got front spot. Got the hands to the ball there was McDonald. As umpire says, there's a high tackle. And here's a chance for Noosa. They'll get the free kick. And only be about 25, 30 metres out on a slight angle. So here's a chance for the Tigers. Didn't quite pick up who that is there. I'll try and get a closer look, but sort of the first or second time inside forward 50 and a chance to kick their first for the day. As a interchange is working overtime as all the Noosa boys coming off 4 or 5 changes. There's only 4 that can change. Has a shot for goal just offline and through for 1 behind.
I think that might say was 26 for Noosa, but I don't have a 26 on my number sheet.
Right, we'll do a bit of investigating for that.
From the kick in, short. Gets to Adams, he takes the mark, and Malone takes him to ground. Umpire doesn't play 50. So Adams in the back pocket. Broadcast side. Sends an ugly sort of kick up to the wing, and a good intercept mark is taken by Tallis Buntain. I put it to the top of the 50. No mark taken. Chance for Maroochydore to counter-attack. They're fumbling by hand, not clean. Good intent by both sides, attacking the footy, stones over it. And in the end, we'll have a stoppage. We see almost every single player's in this half of the ground. It's probably 2 or 3. Noosa have actually dropped a spare behind the ball here. Maroochydore will have one at the stoppage. As it's up, Stone tries to get his hands to it. Good hand pass by Con out wide to a receiver from 45. Just puts it in the pocket looking for Freeman. Goes out over his head and out of bounds on the full.
So a lot of wind blowing towards that forward pocket area. So we're going to think a lot of ball will go down there. So they'll have to try and square that ball up a bit more. So Maroochydore to bring the ball back into play. They'll go long down the line. Pack setting themselves. Will go over the back. It's a good strong mark. Play-ons are cool. Got 2 bites of it. Didn't quite, umpire says Belinda didn't quite grab it. The ball spills over the line and out of bounds. We've played 11, approaching the 12-minute mark of the first term. We've got Maroochydore Roos in the green, taking on the Noosa Tigers, 2 traditional rivals up here on the Sunshine Coast. QAFL action round 14. Umpire throws the ball in. It'll hold up into the wind again. Maroochydore McDonald gets to the fall of the ball first, and he just works hard and gets the clearance with a handball away. But Noosa are first on it. Now they'll get a quick kick away, but it's going to go over the line and out of bounds on the full.
It might go into the drain down there, so it could come back a bit wet and heavy. That's Hunter Moore. Just go and collect it.
And that number 6 or 26, it might be Ethan Slaney. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't think he's wearing number 60. It said 06 in the footy record, so we'll just double check on that one for you, but I think that may be the 6 we're looking for.
So we've actually got a ball in again. I thought it might have been out of bounds on the full, but it must have been, the player must have been over before he kicked it. It's about 80 from Noosa's goal. They're going with the wind. McDonald the tap out, but Noosa the clearance. They started to improve in that facet of the game. McKenzie, the vice captain, bursts onto it nicely. Hand pass asks a lot of his teammates. Scollard collects it, but he's held in the tackle. And we'll have another stoppage on the far side of the ground.
Yeah, both teams really sorting themselves out, aren't they? They're not trying to get too much of a lead.
I think we're set for a bit of a scrappy game. I don't think there's going to be too many clean disposals. and bits of champagne football today, you would think, with the wind. So we see the boundary throw, and the ball goes about 6 or 7 metres to the left. It actually favoured McDonald, the Maroochydore ruckman. He's probably read the ball better in the air today, I think, so far, Jack.
Yeah, no, he certainly has. His ruck craft's been quite good to watch. Both ruckmen engaged. And again, McDonald would tap over the back there, but they just, as to your point, Riley, they just jump on top of each other. So they have to win that ball. They're going to have to give it, handball it out, but they don't want to cough up possessions, do they? They're just happy to lock it up, and then just have another repeat stoppage. Tap forward. No one can take the clear ball. Noosa dive on top of the ball. Clever play. Now has a chance to clear the ball through, it looks like Fitzpatrick. He goes backwards to go forward. Now they drop it down the line. No one can take the mark. Here's a chance now. They're trying to quick kick away. That looked like that. Can't work. That might have been. Not quite sure who that young bloke was. But anyway, the ball goes for another ball up.
What I'm seeing at the moment, Jack, is both sides are playing a spare behind the ball from the stoppage. Maroochydore get the forward hand pass. Now a chance to go forward for real. Gallops in this contest. Here's a spare for Noosa. He gathers cleanly. Hand pass out in front of his teammate. Some of the numbers aren't matching the names on the team sheet, so a couple of nice disposals by Noosa here. They're going to come back inboard. He's got that short 45, but he puts it over the top of his teammate, but Maroochydore will drop at the crucial moment. 2-on-1, take it to ground without an umpire said play on. And they're not really sure going one way then the other. Vivian lays a tackle. That's got to be holding the ball. Tallis Buntain really had nowhere to go. Hudson Vivian and the Colt side last year from Maroochydore. I reckon Wilson would be the one, although he lowers his eyes, and Gallop comes across and takes a nice mark. Almost like a soccer goalkeeper at the end, and a pretty good kick from Vivian, Jack.
Well, you spoke about both. I think that both those boys under 18 players last year, and they just knew each other what they were going to do. There's a lovely way to kick and a clever mark again. The forward crafty young Gallop is something to watch, and it was a good mark. He gets a shot on goal.
The forward crafty says this kick's got to be outside the right goalpost, and the wind will bring it back. As Gallop makes his way in from 45. The young man starts it in the middle, and the wind just takes it, and in the end, lucky to register it behind. Pushes Maroochidore's margin back out to 6 points. They lead 1-1-7. Noosa, the one behind. Nearly 16 minutes played in this opening quarter. We can see the wind is almost messing with Noosa in a tactical point of view. They don't really know what to do with the ball from half back.
Yeah, yep. You can't be too cute going through the middle of the ground there on a blustery day. If you miss your targets, you're going to pay a price. Long down the line, over the top, but it's a nice mark in defence. That's a good mark there to Wagner. Wagner sets it up high. Pack set themselves in front, Noosa, and they take a strong mark. Quick to move the ball quickly. Down the line again. Too much on it. No, 1-2. Whitey's held it in. Good mark. Good play by Noosa. Now they're going to move the ball quickly up towards centre half forward. It's got a lot on it. It's going to suit Maroochydore. They take the mark in front. They play on quickly. This is good play by the Roos. They'll take a bounce in front of the members' wing. Shoot a nice little kick over the top. They've got the overlap. Good play here by Maroochydore as they kick the ball forward. Over the top, a big fist away there by the Noosa defence. The ball runs towards Gallop, and the ball goes over the line and out of bounds. And a nice little build-up once again is impressive. Is young number 40 in Vivian.
Actually, it's pretty good from Maroochidore's fullback Adam Smythe there, reading the ball quite well off the foot against Jono Freeman. A very good footballer as well. And then the rebound from Smythe was nice. McDonald, another hit out. A real clearance winner at the moment. Vivian throws it on his boot over the head of Gallop. Inside forward 50, it goes for the Roos. Still in play, Cavallaro's down there, but the captain flag. Happy to see the ball out over the line for Noosa. 17.5 minutes gone. Lots of players around this footy. Noosa got a spare out the back of this contest. Vivian's going to him now. So Wilson and Flag govern the ball to Thomas. He's generally pretty clean, not that time. Sees it out over the boundary line. Almost every single player is in this half of the ground and almost in this quarter segment of the ground. Such are the conditions at the moment. So, from the ball in. Plays around it. Wilson tries to run on it. Wants a free kick, not getting it. Nice little flick, 1-2. Here go Noosa off half back. Bit of control, although the kick goes a bit too far on the wind. Sam McKenzie cuts it off. Now Noosa have got a spare in between. between Scollard, but goes for Gallup, lowers his eyes, and at its highest point it goes over his head. Chance for Noosa to counter-attack on the far side. Kick out on the path of young Kian Malone. Taps it to himself twice, pushed off to the side legally. Malone keeps going at it, bursts out through Maroochydore, although the pressure from Noosa's good. Eventually the Roo's back through through Wagner on his left foot, looking for Scollard, and takes a good mark in the end. Wheels around from 60. Looks for Cavallaro, and a good spoil out over the boundary line. But not too bad there from Maroochydore. The game's starting to open up a little bit, Jack.
Yeah, no, some good patches of play there by the Roos, but a good defence there by Jonah Lenton with a big fist over the top. So the Tigers get to a reprieve. They're about 35-40 metres out from the Maroochydore goal. They're leading 7-1. We played 90-minute mark of the first term. Umpire throws the ball in. McDonald gets the front spot once again. Silvani doing the ruck work with him. A handball back. Here's a chance to kick the ball forward. Pack setting themselves. One-on-one. Good fist away. Good defence. Umpire says, there was holding there, and it's going to go to Wilson. So I'm not sure if it was chopping or holding, but he's seen an infringement there. Holding of the jumper, he says. So he's going to ping that against the skipper flag. And it'll be a chance now for Aaron Wilson to line up for his first for the day. So Wilson, as I said, the former Noosa player against his old club.
You would think a relatively straightforward set shot with the wind, but there's an added complexity of difficulty.
Goal kicking craft will be needed. He's allowed for it, and he's split it right between the middle. It's a goal to Wilson, and the Roos have their second for the afternoon. So great goal there to Maroochydore, and you picked it, Riley. You said they had picked their work rate up, and some of their kicking was a good lead up into that second goal. And they are finding a little bit of space in that forward 50. Some of them aren't quite hitting their targets, but when they do, it's look dangerous. So we have Maroochydore 2-1-13, leading Noosa 1 behind.
They're a little bit cleaner around the contest too in the last 5 or so minutes, I think, Jack. I think there's a lot of heat early on in the game, and it's still there. But Maroochidore's hand passing around the clinches has been really good, and their ground ball gets very clean. It's just the fundamentals in football sometimes.
Yep.
Back in the middle. So that far wingman from both sides, acting like a fifth midfielder. Pretty good bounce from the umpire. Noosa with the head out. Cons around the footy. On a few clearances today. It will be Noosa eventually. Gets a hand pass out. Umpire doesn't see that it ought not have been a hand pass. Govern on hands and knees so often. And Maroochydore will go forward now through Stone. Kick favours Scollard, but his opponent comes across for another good spoil. I think that's Lenton. Gathered Cavallaro tackles boundary line. Nope, ball up instead. Right near the boundary line. There's a few argy-bargies from a couple of players. Always a bit of feeling in this Sunshine Coast Derby. Maroochydore the head out, Noosa the clearance. Doesn't go very far. They need to be clean here, Noosa. And taking it a good tackle, the perfect tackle, but he got a boot to it somehow. Well done in the middle of the ground. Off there, hip and shoulder from the Noosa player there. Ben Thomas can't gather it. Maroochydore got numbers out the back, and now they go wide through hand passing. Govan fumbles, still got time to go in and get it on his left foot. Up to half forward, holds in the wind. Scollard's going to come, take a good mark, wheel and go to the hot spot, looking for Wilson, but a good intercept mark taken, I think, by Tallis Buntain, and he moves it quickly now to Flag.
Flag, the skipper takes a mark. He's got one in short if he needs. He's going to look over the head, kick it into space, but the ball's going to be brought back in. He's found a teammate, punched away there from Fitzpatrick. It's going to be picked up there by Mackenzie. Mackenzie darts around onto the right foot, tries to lace out his teammate, and he does. It's a nice kick forward and taken there by Stewart. Stewart drives the ball down into the mouth of the goals. Oh, good and strong mark there. It's Cavallaro. He just took the body early, engaged, and the ball fell into his dropping zone. He's taken a good mark, so he'll line up for his first. Elliot Cavallaro.
Perfect forward craft. How often have you seen Tom Hawkins do that throughout the years? Just protected the drop zone. Noosa nearly away with a perfect rebound, but unfortunately for Fitzpatrick, just couldn't gather it cleanly.
And they had it on their attacking side for the wind. Cavallaro comes in and he tries to guide it through. He's got it too. That's good kicking. He kicks his first, and they're out to a 3-goal lead. 3-1-19, leading Noosa 1 behind. We played 23-minute mark of the first term. In this round 14 action, we've got Maroochydore Roos, who are late chasing their 8th win of the season, and they're off to a good start. Riley, guest.
They're just starting to get some reward for their dominance, I think. In particular, the territory battle, they've won a lot. They've had a lot more inside 50s this quarter. And it's scrappy. I mean, it is clean. It's a dry day, but the wind just is blowing a gale here and making it really quite scrappy, especially with the inside kicks. But the last couple of entries from Maroochydore have been really quite intelligent. They're probably looking to get it to about 50-55 out and then turning and looking for either a lead up forward or getting it into the hot spot.
Umpire throws the ball up. Tap over the top by McDonald. He's dominated the ruck this good. Now another clearance for Maroochydore. It's been clever. They punch the ball forward. Sweeping on the ball now. Looks like it's Horbury's. He kicks the ball forward. It goes out that outer wing. Racing in there is Mitchell Conn. Can he pick the ball up? Kicks the ball forward. This is a better build up there by the Tigers. They kick over the top. In the drop zone and in the front spot is great defence there by the fullback from Maroochydore. He goes short. Is it going to be chopped off? It is. Dangerous kick. Here's a chance for Fitzpatrick. Oh, he gets the ball smothered. So that was their big chance, and it's going to be cleared the ball away. Good work there by Maroochydore, and they've found their wingman out there on the outer wing.
So Holt with the ball, and he's just content to hold it up. Definitely felt like it was one of Noosa's better attacking chances this quarter, so Holt will go long in the direction. Gallup's coming out the back here. No one got a hand to it. Flag now gets the hand pass and takes the tackler on, gets a hand pass to a teammate, Con. Ball knocked out. A couple of players around it. Holt, I think, followed up there with a good effort and a strong tackle on Cooper Ogden. So we'll have a ball up.
Good forward pressure there by the Roos.
Yeah, we just see Noosa may not being as clean as what Maroochydore are, ball in hand. McDonald throws it on the boot, gets out to the sweeper and Nidri. Back to Flag. The captain's starting to get involved, and good composure and great vision to Johnston. They'll go quickly now, Noosa. Up to a lead up forward. Ball bounces in front. He can't gather cleanly. Goes to get it again. Tries to tap it on. And they flick a hand pass up. Con now looking for Freeman. No. Hand pass is smart. Inside forward 50. Noosa goes. Set sail for home. And the kick is right. The wind probably took it right, and just a minus score to the Tigers, Jack.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. That Con was able to run that ball up into the wind, wasn't he? And then brought through the lines. They drove legs and then got that ball inside there, forward 50. Unfortunately, couldn't get the goal, but there'll be a reset now for the Roos. Play on. Kicks out towards the middle of the ground. It swings forward, but it's going to be a nice mark, and it's taken a good there by the skipper, Flag. He's been influential already this quarter. This is an important kick. Kicks allows for the wind, looking for the full forward. Can't take the mark, and that's, of course, Jono Freeman. And he's having a good battle there with Smythe.
I just can't understand that kick in from Maroochydore. They're kicking a long, almost dump kick that's going to come back into the middle of the ground with the wind.
Yep.
And it's twice they've done it on their two kick-ins so far.
Already Steve Walsh's already sent the runner out there, trying to close the space. The wind's picked up. Umpire throws it in. Two players go to ground. A fumble there by Noosa. Under pressure, good forward pressure. The handball got out though. Here's a chance now. They'll clear the ball out. They'll take a bounce on the outer wing. He's taken one bounce. Now he'll drive the ball onto the wing. There's a 2v1. They're looking for Thomas. The ball rolls over the line and out of bounds, Riley.
Oh, I think Maroochydore won't mind that. Get the ball up to centre wing. Give them a chance to reset, get their forwards right.
Mackenzie onto the field for the Roos.
Noosa got a spare about... Oh, where's Flag going? He's the spare at the moment. I think he might push up. He's probably kicked from this stoppage. So on centre wing. Ball tossed back into play. Wilson and Johnston. Wilson just grabs it out of the ruck, throws it on the boot. It's going to get out the back, no. But Cavallaro swoops on it, gets around one. In on goal. Great tackle. Goal-saving tackle.
Well, it looks like an explosive player, Cavallaro, but they've got to play close attention. And that's the one we can't pick up, jumper number 64, so we'll have to try and find who that is. But great defensive work.
His kick's not too bad either. Seb Rogers comes at the footy, marks it on a back flank. Probably umpire asks him to move it on and says play on. So Rogers off one step, goes kind of like the centre wing, all at ground level. Noosa, this is a little bit better with their hands. Through the middle, looks for Con. Great kick, finds him. He's got Malon out wide if he wants to use him. He's got Freeman all alone at home, and now they'll get it to Freeman. The kick in his direction. Smythe's played in front all day and been pretty good. Follows up with another good effort, but at ground level now, Freeman finally gets a hand pass off. Conn's worked his way up, tries to get the big fend off. The umpire's got to call a high fend off. So the ball's going to go to Smythe. He's had a pretty good first quarter so far, playing on a former AFL player, Jono Freeman. We asked a lot of Gallup to come from behind and take the mark. Gallup does well to bring it to ground level. He's given the ball hand pass wide now. Maroochydore need a bit of composure, and the kick's just popped over the top there by Lockie Stewart. Moving quickly, Cavallaro. Noosa have flooded back well here, Jack. Kick poke to Vivian. Just considering his options and go short.
It's a nice little mark there taken by, looks like I haven't got number 30 either. I haven't got this jumper. Oh yes I have, number 30, it's Fleming, sorry. Fleming kicks the ball high, big fist over the top, and it's well punched away there in jumper number 16 in Reese Free. So clever little build up, they don't all blaze away, they're trying to be purposeful. Kicks inside forward 50 are the Roos. They're leading 19-2 in this first quarter here on the Sunshine Coast. Beautiful conditions other than the wind. Umpire throws it up. Ball dropped free, no one can get it. Doing the ruck work is Wilson. Now it's kicked away. Mackenzie's going to be there if he can make it. Just like a ball, he goes straight and over the top. The umpire says, I'll have a thank you, and they'll throw it up just inside the forward 50 mark.
So Noosa got one really wide of this stoppage on the opposite wing. For the moment, the ball has basically gone nowhere. I have another stoppage. Johnston and McDonald. Malone with the clearance. Rogers. Wasn't 15 anyway. Oh, nice hand pass and Con through. Can't gather it cleanly. Knocked down. Tries to lay the tackle. McDonald on the boot. Up to half back, up to half forward. And in the end, the mark is well juggled by, not quite sure, sorry. Can't see the number. Comes in board, left footer. Had a free player. Can't take the mark. At ground level though, Fitzpatrick from 50. Lasers one towards goal. Will Freeman get there? No, he won't. And in the end, just a behind to Jai Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's good work then in defence there by Cooper Odgen. The one we couldn't pick up his jumper, but he got that ball out of defence. And Fitzpatrick tried to kick to the advantage of Freeman, but just had a little bit too much on it and threw for a behind. I think they would love a goal just to keep him within striking distance this quarter. The Roos to bring the ball back into play, making a big lead across for the Roos is Adams, but they're going to be ignored. They attack the outer wing, punch forward, and Gallup had front spot, he couldn't hold it. Nice strong tackle, and the umpire, he's happy to see that ball go over the line and out of bounds. Into the time on period, 31.5 minute mark of the first term, and it's Maroochydore have been on top in the clearances, there's no question about it. 19 plays 2. And the umpire will throw the ball back into play as the remaining seconds tick down on this first term. The Tigers get the tap this time, and that's the siren for quarter time. So Maroochydore 3-1-19 leading Noosa, 3 behinds. Riley, just a quick summary for your point of what you saw in that first term.
Well, Maroochydore just being cleaner around the contest and then going inside forward 50, probably played the conditions better despite Noosa having the advantage of the wind. Really liking the game of all Maroochidore's big key tours. They're coming at the footy really nicely and presenting their options, and then actually even in defence, Adam Smythe has probably got the numbers over Jono Freeman at the moment. So Noosa will need to look at how they're going to move the ball into the wind in this second quarter. They need to lower their eyes and punch the footy a bit more, but some promising signs, especially the run from Mitchell Conn, their midfielder. He's starting to open the game up a little bit for them.
All right, grab yourself a refreshment. We'll be open for a short break. We'll be back for our second quarter action just after these messages. Well, welcome back to the second quarter action here of the QAFL match of the day between Maroochydore Roos and the Noosa Tigers, and it's all been Maroochydore 3-1-19 leading Noosa 3 behinds. We have a look at the goal kickers from Maroochydore. We've got one to Ben Thomas, one to Aaron Wilson, and one to Elliot Cavallaro. And as the huddle breaks there, and your thoughts going into this next all-important second quarter.
Well, I think, Jack, Maroochydore going with the breeze, so even though they've got a number of tall forwards, they really need to go almost the old Pagans paddock and just open up the forward line. And I think with the fact they've got Ben Thomas, who's I can see is walking down to the forwards now, probably leave him and whichever tour they're most comfortable with, and just give him the whole 50 and get it in long and quick and out the back. And then for Noosa, we started to see them do it in the it's probably what they've attempted to do the entire time, is just go short, because they're going into the breeze now and they need Freeman playing in front. He was probably playing the conditions right in the first half, but I thought Smythe was reading the footy excellently from Noosa's kick-ins. And then around the contest, Noosa need to go a little bit harder and be a little bit cleaner, and they started to do that in the last half of that first quarter, but they'll be looking to Con and the likes of Fitzpatrick as well to get on top.
Well, let's see if the Tigers are going to respond, as the umpire's not far away from bouncing in this second quarter action here. It's a Roos 19 leading Noosa 3 behinds as players just getting into the 6-6-6. Umpire holds the ball aloft. And here we go, second quarter action. McDonald ruck supreme. No one got a clear tap out there. Swooping on the ball is Con. He's tackled. The ball spills free. Handball over the top. Incoming nice and solidly was Holt. And the umpire says, I'll have the ball. We have quickly go around the grounds as we wait for the ball up. It's Broadbeach 20 leading Aspley 19. Ball tapped out. Punched clear. Trying to run his way through. Now handball over the top was good play. No one can get it clear. Here's a chance now for the Tigers if they can win possession, just keeping the ball alive. Got to be clean below his feet. Can't get a clean possession, so that gives an opportunity for the Maroochydore to kick the ball forward. It's a 2v1, a solid hip and shoulder, but play-on's a call. Tackling free. And no one wants to spill the ball, and they'll ball it up. But we quickly go around the grounds. Have a look. Redlands 33 leading Palm Beach 13. Morningside 25 leading Surface 13. Up in the air again, tap forward. Handball over the top. Vivian under pressure and dropped the ball. And Riley, it'll be a free kick to the Tigers.
They waste no time, but really had nowhere to go. So in the end, they had to go quite wide now to the boundary line. Goes back with a hand pass. Free. Went one way, then the other, and then threw a kick up high to centre wing, and the wind took it a long way. Good two-hand spoil there by the Noosa player. They're getting the ball again. And the blind dump kick, it's going to go straight down the throat of Wagner. Punches it in short to Vivian. Got one short if he wants. He looks to go a little bit longer. Gallop. And then it might get out the back for Cavallaro. Gallop got a hand in there. Cavallaro first to get on it. Goes to ground. Noosa in the goal square. Not really a hand pass. Umpire says play on. Cavallaro on hands and knees. Flicks a hand pass out. In goes the Noosa defender. Gathers cleanly. No chance to dispose of it. Taking the ground and a strong tackle. So some good forward pressure there from Maroochydore, Jack.
Oh, he looks the bull, doesn't he, Cavallaro? Really putting the forward pressure up there. Everyone have eyes in the back of their heads today. He'll tackle strongly. Umpire throws the ball up. Nice tap forward. Cleverly sharked. Play on's a call. Ragdolled. Is he going to get rid of the ball? The umpire says, no, you're caught with a footy. So he's trying to make the play. A little bit stiff, but he got gang tackled.
That was Lockie Flagg, the captain 2, laying the tackle.
Yep, and it was Thomas trying to make the play. They'll go short. Over the top, too much on it. Quickly here by the skipper, Gavin. Kicks the ball high and handsome. Wilson gets his hands on it, can't take the mark. Noosa will dump kick out of it, but it's going to bounce towards Gallop. He keeps the ball in front of him, just launches us towards goal, but it's going to be offline and through for one behind. Riley.
Jack, I don't think Noosa are reading the conditions correct again. They're playing this commentary side of the ground, where it leaves them open to counter attack and the ball not going as far because of the wind. They really need to be on this side or the far side of the ground, as they've done with that kick in there to Rogers, because they really leave themselves open to counter attack, as we've seen twice in this quarter already. As Rogers goes to free, he's going to come out towards us in the com box. And the intercept mark is taken there by Fleming. This is what I spoke about. And Fleming gets the ball and goes. Wilson's the longest option. Sits it on his head. Thomas is at his feet. Might get out the back. Doesn't. Good spoil. It's one thing Noosa have been excellent at today. Their key defenders. Good gather. Ogden fumbled at the crucial moment. Tapped along by Scollard on his foot. Got a hand pass out. And the numbers here, Noosa. That's not Con, sorry, but it's Ogden now. Gets the ball on his boot. Up the back flank. And they'll be happy to see that one go out over the boundary line, I think. Jack?
Yeah, no, it's good call there. Again, another big fist by Free in defence. He's been outstanding in that role. As I said, there's a lot of firepower up forward, and he's been solid in defence today with those defensive work. So the umpire to bring the ball back into play. Just trying to fetch the ball. I think it's sitting over in the little river over there. One of the crowd jumped in and fetched it out. They'll wipe it free. I'm expecting the ball to fall short here, so front spot will be the place to get it if you can. Clever work. That's better work there by Johnson. Good play. Tackled strongly was the Noosa player. They're calling for it in the back. The umpire says, "I'll have it, thank you." And they'll throw the ball up. The Tigers, Labrador Tigers, come up with a 10-goal opening term, leading Mount Gravatt 61-7 as the ball gets onto the wing now. Noosa Tigers this time, handball in forward. Johnson, scrappy kick towards the centre of the ground, but it's nicely picked up. Good work there. Kicks it forward. Freeman tries to give himself a bit of a space. He's under pressure. Gets it quick away. He found a teammate by himself. And he's been able to chip it forward. This is the all-important kick, Riley. Going inside forward 50. He steps inside, puts himself under pressure, feeds the ball back. Now's a chance to launch inside forward 50. The pack set himself. Freeman's got a good look at it. Couldn't take the mark. And it's going to be cleared away again by Maroochydore defence. Handball over the top. They'll run it in numbers. This looks like good clearance away, and it's a good kick by Vivian on the outer wing, and going to be no mark. Couldn't take the mark. A handball around. Tackled high. Umpire says it's a free kick, and that's, thank God, he's been a solid player. It's going to be a free kick to Reece Free.
They've been very good today, Free. Bit of free flowing footy at the moment, and hard to come by today in the breeze. Free ponders his options. He's going to poke it into the middle of the ground. It's going to work nicely. Fitzpatrick's going to get and go. It's not Fitzpatrick, sorry, but he sends it inside forward 50, looking for Free, who nudges his opponent out. Freeman can't take the mark. Ground level, wrapped up straight away, fights through the tackle, and the umpire calls for a ball up.
Showed a bit more aggression this quarter, hasn't he? Hasn't he, Freeman? A
lot more, which is good, yeah. And it's required. Because I think Smythe had the better of him in the first quarter, so McDonald and Johnston go up in it. Max McDonald, the ruckman from Maroochydore, been pretty good today. Fleming taken down in a good tackle. Umpire calls for another ball up. So we see Noosa playing a spare behind the footy here, about 40 metres from the ball. Seb Rogers is the spare man. Maroochydore spares at the contest here. It stuck a boot out. The ball landed on. And then no clean disposal again. A good hip and shoulder from Maroochydore. Noosa hunting around the ball. Gets it on the boot. Gets it get out the back here. It does. The bounce isn't kind. Lots of players around it. And another stoppage. So we see Jack returning to the start of the game almost. It's just some not clean football.
No. Johnson engages in the ruck. That's better. Push in the back. A high free kick. Whatever it is, it's going to be a free kick to the Tigers. At centre half, that's looked like Pettigrove. I think number 8. Nuggety little midfielder. Let's have a look at his kick. Kicks off one step. Kicks into space. Too much on it. Couldn't find his teammate. Bounces over the top. Wagner just takes the ball in his stride. Takes a bounce. The classy Wagner's going to drive the ball out of defence. Looking on the wing, but he can't get the mark. Oh, bounces over the top. Here's a chance for the Roos again. Can they win possession? They do. They step inside. This is good play. Onto the left foot. Kicks down the line. Looking for the talented Scollard. Can't take the mark. But the ball will go over the lines. Roos saying that was done deliberately. The umpire says, I'm not taking that. We'll throw the ball up. Thank you.
Probably see how quickly he can move the ball from one end of the ground to the other, especially in the breeze. That ball just getting out the back despite the Noosa player having prime position as a defender. So Max McDonald and Johnston been going at it all day. McDonald wanted it to fall into his lap so he could throw it on the boot. Didn't happen. And in the end, players from both teams jumped on the ball. Have another stoppage.
Sherwood 22 leading Wilson Grange 18. And Morningside 25 leading Surfers Paradise 13.
Another stoppage. Again, quite scrappy. umpire content to pull it up. Good crowd around. You can see Maroochydores reserve sides watching the game from the hill in the left forward pocket. Plenty of cars parked around. Plenty of people have made the trip down from Noosa as well, as this stoppage is going nowhere again. I just feel Jack Maroochydores probably got one player too many in their forward line at the moment, with it being 50-55 out. It's a 3-on-4. Wouldn't mind that being a 2-on-3. Thomas, clean at ground level, throws it on the boot. It's in the pocket, taken by the wind. Wilson will go for it. And goal umpire, boundary umpire, not quite sure. Might have been the field umpire acting as the boundary umpire almost there. They've only got 2 boundary umpires. And they're actually going to have a discussion, such as they're not quite sure about it. They're a bit out of position.
While they're having a look, with Redlands, Victoria Point 59, well on top of Palm Beach 19. So a good start there to the Sharks.
We're going to have a throw in, and there's a little bit going on in the middle of the ground at the moment. Silvani from Noosa seems to be one involved. Might be a few players going at him. The Rouge reserves cheer the boundary throw in. It was tapped down, wrapped up immediately. Good tackle. The umpire wastes no time, throws it up. And out comes down from Maroochydore. Noosa with the clearance. It will be, because it's a free kick for holding. So let's see which side of the ground they attack from here, Jack.
It looks like Pettigrove once again. Oh, he puts himself under pressure, steps inside. Now drives it long. Looking for the ruckman in Johnson. He takes a good mark. He plays on quickly. Kicks a long ball down there looking for Freeman. He engages. Over the top was Wagner. And the ball will go over the line and out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in. 10-minute mark. Second term. Maroochydore 20. Leading Noosa yet to kick a goal. They're on 3 points still. Can they win this next possession? Clearance is going to be key. It's going to favour the Rouge. They get their hands first. Good pressure tackle. He didn't take possession. Play on's a call. Spills free. A lot of ball on the ground today. Big strong tackle again. Pressure. Need to win that handball. Win the footy handball out to a space. They have done that this time. Kick down the line. Both players engaged, but beautifully read once again by the Noosa in Wagner. He'll go short. This is a good build-up. And short once again. So this is a big good build up there now by Maroochydore Riley.
Yeah, Fleming. Oh no, it's not Fleming, because he's coming off to the bench. Wanders his option does Holt and stabs one in, but it's well read by Rogers. Hand pass to Pettigrove, who's built into the game. Oh, but a crucial fumble. Gallops there. Pettigrove goes in and fixes his mistake, and then another bad one from Noosa. So from about 55, that kick's cut off, and then a risky one in the middle of the defensive 50, but it's taken well by Horbury, and he switches wide to Flag. He's got a teammate and panics the space. Throws the kick up, and Silvani, he marks. Doesn't have much ahead of him. He's going to go long, looking for Freeman. Kicks not to his advantage. Smythe with front position. No one really got a hand to it. Wagner gathered, collected high. No free kick. Freeman lays the tackle. Another ball upcoming. It was better from Noosa, Jack.
Yeah, a lot better. Silvani made some good work to get over here by himself. Johnson taps the ball, cleared away. Here's a chance for Silvani now. Can't pick it up. Fitzpatrick gets a quick... Johnson got a quick handball over the top there to Con, but the ball will scramble over the line in front of a good crowd really building here today. 2 rival teams. This is what we'd like to see on the sunny coast. These teams played in a lot of premierships, a lot of grand finals against each other over the long period of time. Now both up into the State League in the last few years.
This is a bit of a deadlock in the game at the moment. We haven't had a goal. 12.5 minutes in the second quarter. Good throw in from the boundary umpire. No Rutten got a tap. Fitzpatrick got the ball, but wrapped up straight away by Thomas Holt. He's had a good game today. Been involved from the start. Johnston flies high and gets the tap, and a free kick's paid by the outer zone umpire for a high contact, so going the way of Johnston.
He's lifted Johnson.
Yeah, and Freeman goes straight away, but the kick from Johnston wasn't in his direction. Swooped on by Con, hand pass towards the goal square. Players around it. There's Fitzpatrick and Silvani. Maroochydore with some nice hands. Stone gathers cleanly. Throws it on his non-preferred up to the wing. It's going to get out the back. No one touches it. Gallops on it. Can he get forward? He's got the entire forward 50 to himself. Holt, one bounce. It's a bit muddy there. He's going to kick from 40, and his kick is very good because the home crowd loves it. As do some of the Maroochydore boys on the far hill there. A great goal from Thomas Holt. It was a bit risky, I thought, to probably kick it on the fly from 40, Jack, but I don't think he trusted to bounce the ball again because it is muddy out there, and probably the effort from Gallup here on the wing to force the contest, turn, win the contest, and then give a clean hand pass. Pretty good from a young Colts player in the seniors.
Plenty like, but the whole they started from the back pocket. You know, they brought the ball from one end to the other. An opportunity presented itself for the young Noosa player there, but he just wasn't clean enough below his feet, and Holt just swooped on it. They won that footy, and away they went. And they've gone from end to end to put their fourth through for the afternoon. 4-26, leading Noosa 3-3. Oh, sorry, 3 behind. So plenty to play for. Umpire throws it up. Johnson this time engages early. But McDonald's going to get the clearance. He can't get a nice kick away. Here's a chance now. Handball over the top. Can the Tigers go forward? Oh, he slips at the crucial moment. It gives a chance for the Maroochydore to swoop on the ball. Here they go now. Moving the ball through the middle of the ground if he can get it. Rogers gets up his fist to the ball. Handball forward. Play on's a call. Pettigrove's there if he can get it. Jumps on top of Vivian. Handball over the back. Here's a chance now for Thomas. He fumbles the ball. Butters back up. Feeds the ball back. Good play. Handball there towards Fleming. They go forward. Nice mark. They kick long into forward line. It'll be a one-on-one. The clever scholar just moves him underneath the ball. And the umpire's just waiting and waiting around, calling in. He's going to be caught with the footy. And it's going to be a free kick to the Tigers deep in defence.
Great defensive work there from Noosa. I think that spare player is helping out quite a lot. Might be Seb Rogers with the ball in hand. He has been the spare for them for most of the game. And he takes his kick and it's actually touched, so they're making bad errors in defence at times with ball in hand. The Tigers are. Maroochydore bursts on, shot on goal, left foot. Away to the right. Want to score.
And you're right, Riley. You spoke about earlier in the game, those little 1%ers, the basic fundamentals under pressure. They're going to get you out of trouble. But if you're caught short with it, you're not clean with it, you're going to pay a price. And that's what they were seeing today. Tigers go short. Gallup's there for the mark. He just cuts it off.
And that's a prime example, Jack.
Yeah, just sat it up there, and Gallup just was able to read it quicker and take a nice mark. So he'll have a good look at this.
Well, there was no need, one, to have two bounces, and we spoke about, again, coming this side of the ground out of defence, just not working with the wind. Gallup gives it a ride from 50! I tell you what a goal! That is exceptional from Ty Gallup. He's missed two gettable ones today, and then a really tricky shot from 50 in front of his home crowd. Rode it all the way home. Well done. Gets Maroochidore's second goal of the quarter. They extend their lead out to 29 points, and the game's starting to get away from Noosa, Jack.
Oh, what a beautiful goal. And you spoke about it earlier, Riley. Why are they coming out to this side, to attacking this side? Because you're going to pay a big price. And that's what they did. They just set that ball up, and then he was able to take a nice strong mark and then launch one from Gallup from 53 metres out from goal, and it never looked like missing. We see a jumper change with the ruckman in McDonald. Number 27 has had the jumper ripped, so he'll be wearing jumper number 59 now. So we'll keep an eye on for that change when that happens. Back into the middle of the ground, and it's a Roos, 33, 5-goal leaders now over the Tigers. Tigers yet to kick a goal for the day. This is won't like the look of this. Here's a chance. Can they win the ball? They're just getting beaten at the source. The umpire says he'll have it. Throwing the ball up.
Rogers from Noosa going back to be the spare man in defence. Roll the winger half forward up to the wing.
McDonald. Handballs. Pettigrove kicks forward. Bounces over the top. They've got one out in the goal square. Freeman sitting all by himself if they can win the footy, but it's been part of the problem today for the Tigers. They haven't been able to win it at those crucial contests because they had won that. Freeman was sitting in the goal square all by himself.
He's threatened at times, Freeman. Just not his moment yet.
Hasn't had quality ball come to him yet. Everything's been under pressure.
And I really liked his decision to back away from the contest, because you back your teammate to win the footy.
Yep.
All of a sudden, all he's got to do is get it on his boot,
Yep.
and it's a shot on goal.
Johnson, as I said, he's lifted this quarter as the Tiger ruckman, doing a bit more around the ground and making a bit more of a contest against young McDonald. Throw up, cleared away. Umpire will pay the mark. Big fist away by the Tigers. Going to jump on a handball out quad. This will be Mackenzie. He comes out wide. Gallup's going to get the first use of the ball. Let's see if he can butter the ball up. He's cleaned up. This is looking dangerous. There's a wobbly ball. It's a hard one to pick up. Pettigrove, who's been busy this term, gets on the right foot. Handballs, as just said. They'll go short. Don't hit their target, so that puts them under pressure. Again, sloppy below the feet. Good solid tackle. Umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
I'd actually like the kick there from Noosa, just the execution wasn't there, Jack.
Yeah, good decision.
It's got to be hard kicks into the wind. Hard, short, and low.
Punch.
Got to be in front as well as the receiver. So Max McDonald and Johnston straight down the throat of Con. Not a great kick. Mackenzie, Wagner, Smythe, building. Long kick inside 50. Scollard, front position. Great work from Noosa's defence. Swoops on it does Stewart. Maybe taken high from some of the home crowd thinking. No free kick flag. Been a rock down back for his team today. Kick out to the back flank. Oh, well done there. I think it might be Holt. Tries to turn his man inside out. Goes to ground. Then slips. Gets a hand pass up to Stewart. But it actually goes over the boundary line. So we have another ball in as we enter time on in this second term. 2 goals, 2 to Maroochydore. Noosa haven't scored, although they are going into quite a strong breeze.
Despite the no goals coming so far, the Tigers have been proactive. Gives a chance now from a clearance. Kicks forward, right to the mouth of the goal square. Oh! Gallup had a good look at it. Couldn't take the mark. Was it Gallup? I can't quite know. Not sure, no.
I can tell you the clearance was Govan. The shot on goal was Govan. It was brilliant from the captain.
Yep. It was a dangerous Scollard in the goal square that used his body well. Tigers to bring the ball out. They're attacking this side. Oh, good strong mark there by the Tigers. They'll play on quickly. They'll kick out the wide, looking there for Nidri. But it's cut off by the brilliant Wagner.
He's had a great second quarter.
Yep. All class. Experienced. Looking. Left footer. Sets it up. Packs it himself. Oh, the big fly from behind, but you've got to be in front. And it's a good mark. We haven't got this young blood, number 64. He's bobbing up from time to time. We'll try and get that at half time. It's not named in the footy program. They'll go in short. Nice little mark there to the skipper in flag. And the Tigers building nicely, Riley.
Yes, a couple of short little kicks. On the back flank. This one to Johnston. 25 metres is nice. They're lowering their eyes. Johnston goes quickly. Kicks to a 2-on-3. Thomas, great spoil. Stewart now. Stone will give it back to Thomas. Dances around Con. Considers his options. Nice little kick wide. Good peripheral vision. Ronchi. Wide hand pass to Adams. Inside forward 50. Gallops underneath it. Oh, what a good strong mark that is.
Yeah, great mark and great work by Thomas in defence. He punched the ball from behind, got on his bike, received the ball, won the ball through the middle of the ground, and now the Roos have another shot on goal.
Both sides are starting to use the ball better by foot and being a little bit more lateral in their vision and disposal. I just think for Noosa, it's the kick from the wing going to half forward is where it's kind of breaking down. Gallup's got 1 in the quarter. Makes his way in, needs to be outside the left-hand goalpost to come back. I tell you what, looks pretty good. He likes it. He's got 2 in a row, Ty Gallup. Maroochydore galloping out to a 37-point lead, 6-4-40. Noosa just a 3 behinds. Ty Gallup has 2-2 and is the man of the moment, Jack.
He certainly is. He's an exciting prospect. He said before the start of the game, keep an eye on this young Gallup. He's certainly a player to watch. We remember him last year, of course, in the grand final in the Colts. He certainly lit it up there. And been impressed with his game. He caught me on in the first term, as did Vivian. But it's all Maroochydore, 6-4-40, leading the Tigers 3 behind at the 22, approaching the 23-minute mark. And of course, for those who are sitting down in country Victoria or where you are in South Australia or where you are in Australia, it looks perfect conditions, but it is blowy here.
It is quite blowing. And it's favouring left of screen. Wilson didn't go up, but got the clearance, and then Spears in a bullet. Could be Gallop again. Ball bounces in front of him. Follows up. Turns, spins. Gathers, shot on goal. Try Gallop.
Ooh.
I think it's hit the padding on the post. It's hit the post. That would have nearly been 2 in a minute. Spectacular from both Wilson and Gallop. Noosa are going to come out this side. Flag with the kick-in duties, I think, but it's poor. It's cut off by Holt. He's got players in the middle. Gallop's calling it in. Holt says, I'll have a shot on goal, and it was a good kick, but it didn't come back in the wind, and in the end, just a behind to the Roos, Jack.
Well, the way he launched it, I thought it will swing back around with the wind, but it didn't do him any favours, but it was a nice big kick off one step. Okay, the Tigers are going to continue to attack this members' wing as they kick the ball high. Pack set himself. Silvani can't get his hands on the ball. Big, strong, solid tackle there by the Tigers, trying to wrap the ball up.
What do you think? How did Noosa Jack get Jono Freeman into the game? Because he's had nearly moments, a fair few nearly moments.
Yeah, nearly, but just not getting enough supply down to him. Not getting enough looks at it. Here's a chance now. This is a good build-up. This is this Pagans paddock we're talking about. It's a kick over the top. Silvani can't get it. Bounces free. Here's a chance. Fitzpatrick tries to do the big don't argue. But he's being caught. Oh, solid. That's McDonald. It's an halfback. He's got the jumper. Changed from 27 to 59. A solid mark. He'll go short. Here's a build-up now. Fleming looking inboard. They've got numbers. Creating. Players running around everywhere. He'll go in short, looking for a hit-up league. He finds it. Nice kick in Holt. The dangerous Holt today. We know he's a thumping kick. He's going to just switch the ball across back to McDonald. Handball over the top, trying to clear the ball out. Oh, he stuck a paw out. Could this be a chance to win the ball? Good solid tackle. Play-on's a call. Very lucky. I thought that might have been the Tigers' chance. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
It was really good forward pressure from Noosa. They smelt blood when the umpire didn't call or called not 15 play on. Almost unlucky not to get a free kick there for holding the ball, but the ball's at the top of their 50. Johnston against Wilson. Wilson with the head out. Noosa clearance. Out in the path of McKenzie, but he couldn't gather cleanly. Maroochydore got the numbers around it. That's a great scoop and give. And then off balance, the kick up to the wing. Oh, Jesus! Scollard's been pushed into the fence.
Right in front of the camera here. You got all this live action on your AFL Queensland YouTube channel. Umpire's just trying to fetch the ball out of the crowd.
Someone from the crowd will need to go and get it. And that's what's happening now. We've
trying to fetch the ball. We see this quick look around the grounds while they're just fetching the ball. Astley back on top now, 47 leading Broadbeach 35. Redlands 78 leading Palm Beach 21. Morningside 66 on top of Surfers Paradise 25. Maroochydore, as we said here, 42 leading 3. Labrador 96 leading Mount about 14. And Wilson Grange 43 leading Sherwood 22 as the umpire goes to throw the ball in. Riley.
Got the ball back courtesy of a Noosa staffer. Go in and get it, so thank you. Just about the closest we've had the action all day. Boundary throw-ins as they have been going left all day. Adams gets a ball on boot, bounces over the top. There's Gallop. He's led to the ball by his opponent, who gathers cleanly, then puts a hand pass out in the direction of Flag, who gathers and then is hit, and then he breaks the tackle. Con fires out a hand pass, but Noosa not being clean as they've been for most of the day. Flag goes and gets it. His kick doesn't go 15. Silvani throws a hand pass out, but Fleming cuts it off. Then hand passes over the top to himself to try and run onto it. Doesn't happen, but now it does. He gathers. He takes about 2 or 3 Noosa players to take him down in a tackle. That's a really good little bit of play there by Daniel Fleming. And he's
second, you're spot on, Riley. Second and third efforts were outstanding. Coach Walsh will be very happy with that. That's what he wants to see. He wants consistency. He wants to see the boys put in 4 good quarters. Over the top, handball out the back. A quick kick away is trying to clear the ball now. There's a chance. The ball bounces free. Oh, big solid tackle again. They're both teams still willing.
And you can see Noosa are trying to move the ball quickly by hands, but it's just that 3rd or 4th hand pass is just breaking it down for them. They're not clean. Almost inviting the pressure from the Roos. It's a hand pass out into space. Thomas will get there first. Bounce isn't kind to him, so he gathers and is wrapped up straight away, and a good tackle. Have the ball up just about on centre wing. 28 minutes gone. Rouge leading by 39 points. 3 goals to none in this quarter. Max McDonald jumps over the top to the head out to Vivian. Couldn't gather. Lots of players around it. Vivian went in and got it. Kicked end over end. It's going to bounce over everyone. Gallop's going to tackle, and he does. 2-on-1. Wilson swoops on it, and then one hand just kicks it to the hot spot. Well defended by the Tigers. Numbers around this ball. They've got it. Knocked out in the tackle. Gallops around it. He's got the hot hand at the moment. Kicked the last 2 of the game. Not having any influence here as we have a ball up. About 25 out from Maroochidore's goal, Jack.
That was a great turn of speed by Wilson. Looked exciting there. He tried to centre the ball. He'll do the ruck work now. He tries to grab it out of the ruck. Handball over the top there. Racing towards the boundary line, and it'll be out of bounds and be thrown back into play. 29-minute mark approaching. It's Maroochydore Rouge. 6-6-42. Well on top of the Noosa Tigers. A paltry 3 behinds at this stage. They won't like that. Umpire throws the ball in. No one can take the mark. Win the possession. Scrambles off the ground. Now it's a quick kick out. Can the Tigers get a mark here? Punch forward. Their endeavour's been fantastic. Kicks forward. Here's a chance now for the Roos. They look so dangerous when the ball goes in. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds once again.
And I just feel, Jack, mate, every time Maroochydore go forward, when the ball's not in this pocket where it is now, that's when they're at their most dangerous. Like, probably easy to say with the wind, but when the ball's been in other parts of the 50, they've definitely been a little bit more dangerous. Can they create anything from the stoppage? No, because Noosa are going to clear it. Pettigrove worked in the game nicely. Mackenzie a chance here. The vice-captain gathers, breaks a tackle. Shot on goal is spinning from 45 out. Sam Mackenzie kicks a very nice goal on half-time as well. His teammates flock to him. A very dominant opening half from the Maroochydore Roos. They kicked 4 goals in the last 10 minutes of that quarter. They lead 7-6-48. Noosa, just the 3 behinds, actually scoreless in that second quarter. Just the goal kickers, Jack. I've got 2 to Ty Gallop, and then Sam Mackenzie, Benjamin Thomas, Thomas Holt, Aaron Wilson, and Elliot Cavallaro, singles apiece for them.
Well, it's half-time here at the Maroochydore at the Sunshine Coast, and it's, as you said, it's Maroochydore 7-6-48, leading Noosa 3 behinds. Go and grab yourself something to eat, a cold drink or a cuppa, and we'll be back for the second half action after these messages.
You're right, and I've gone, yeah, it's 42, and then she hung up and they just last goal.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Maroochydore ground here today on the Sunshine Coast. We've got the Maroochydore Roos 7-6-48 leading Noosa Tigers 3 behind. My name's Jack Barry. I'm joined in the commentary box by Riley Guest, and it's been a dominant first half to the Maroochydore Roos.
It has, Jack, and I've just seen Ty Gallop has jogged to the bench, having a word at the trainer. Not quite sure what's wrong with him because he's had a really good first half and took the game away, I thought, from the Tigers in the second quarter.
Yep. Super exciting, that second turn. Let's have a quick look around the grounds. We've got Aspley at half-time leading Broadbeach 53 plays 37. Redlands Victoria Point 78 leading Palm Beach 28. Morningside 73 well on top of Surfers Paradise 31. Labrador 102 right back in form leading Mount Gravatt 14, and Wilson Grange 43 leading Sherwood 22. So Riley, the Tigers with it all to do. It's just haven't had enough looks inside forward 50, probably been beaten in and around the contest, and as you saw that last quarter, the forward line, which you went into the game saying would be a real threat, led probably by Ty Gallop that term, where he kicked a couple of goals, and it sees them 7-goal leaders here at half-time.
I actually think Noosa's backline's defended quite well today. There's just been the weight of forward entries has been so favourable to Maroochydore that eventually, the dam wall will burst, and it did in the last 10 minutes of that second quarter. I think for Noosa going with the win, they really need to try and obviously win the contested footy, get it going forward, but isolate Freeman probably with another small in that forward 50 and go a bit longer. In the first quarter, I thought when they had the wind, and it's actually starting to get a bit cold up in this commentary box, they went a bit short, and they really need to capitalise and go long. So music stops, the siren goes, umpire Herman, a perfect bounce to get us underway in the second half. Max McDonald been winning hit-outs all day. Zach Stone wins clearances, but he goes backwards with the hand pass, and it's not great. Noosa latch onto it with some forward pressure. Great collect and give by the Tigers, gets him inside forward 50. Fleming tries to swoop on an accidental boot by a Roos player out towards the boundary line. Goes out of bounds. Well spotted by the umpire. And we're going to have a ball in.
We saw a heavy clash in the middle of the ground there when Nathan Horbury went down after he was collected from behind, which caused a collision in front. So he's getting up very gingerly as he makes his way over to this next stoppage. But I think he looks okay.
See Pettigrove, Jai Fitzpatrick and Con all around the ball for Noosa. Can they win the clearance? No, they can't, because it's a perfect hit out from McDonald. It went to Adams and then Stone. Young Rory McKenzie laying that tackle. This comes from the club's Colts program. Played juniors at Noosa as well. It's his first year of playing QAFL footy. Adams gets it one way and then dances around the other, kicks up to Wilson, good spoil by Flag. Johnston to Pettigrove, kick is smothered in the middle of the ground. Thomas out there, Con as well. Ronchi goes back with the hands to Wagner. His second quarter was very impressive, and then he's got a free player in Govan, although the kick holds up in the wind and gets away from Govan and goes out over the boundary line.
So the umpire to bring a ball back into play. Pretty healthy crowd here today, these two great Sunshine Coast rivals.
I think there'd be at least 500 people here.
You'd think so. There's a few in a couple of cars over the other side of the ground as umpire throws the ball up. Up they go. McDonald has been impressive. Silvani gets the hands. That's a good clearance here for the Tigers. They take a bounce on the outer wing. Go inside forward 50. Nice little hit up mark. Here's a chance for the Tigers. They go inboard. A kick inside deep. A big kick is going to fall short, and it's going to be taken away. And this is Smythe kicks the ball forward in the middle of the ground. Danger under pressure. He's going to be caught. Got a boot to it. Threw his foot out. That place is a bit slow. Lucky free kick to the Tigers and a shot on goal. You would think. Pettigrove, I'm not sure he's got the distance in him. He's been busy. You spoke about him earlier, Riley. A busy second term. Certainly lifted his work rate. And can he launch the ball? He's got a bit of a Daniel Rich build, so let's hope Rich might have taught him a few things today. Can he launch this one from centre forward?
So you think he might run around quickly to the right the last few steps? He strikes it flush and aims it at that left goal post.
Tigers need this one. It's going to veer off to the right. No one can take the mark. And through for one behind. And Smythe played that ball well. He's in front of Freeman. He's done it a few times in that first term, and he won the footy and run away from it. So Freeman looking for a nice kick over the back, but it's not working.
And actually watch Freeman. He probably needs to engage Smythe because he's a stronger player.
And he did that in the second term a few times, and it worked to his advantage. Kick forward, handball over the top. Scholar kicks the ball out in front of his teammate. Pressure coming from behind in Fitzpatrick. Spilsbury picks up, does a blind man's turn and gets a handball out of it. Here's a chance now for the Roos. They've got players over the back if they want. Down the line, and a mark to the Tigers in defence. Might be Silvani, is it?
I think it is. Starting to get into the game in this third quarter. Kicks up to the wing. No mark. Spoil out over the boundary line. So we're back to the first quarter where the bulk of the game's been played on the far side of the ground, although Noosa do seem to be going longer with their ball movement, which is good. Maroochydore need to remember that they're not going with the win now, so they need their leaders to come up at the football, and those kicks need to be punched in. So Max McDonald and Silvani, who I think's been swung into the ruck. Johnston's gone back, I think, to lock on the Gallop. Boundary throwing goes left as it has all day. Good tackle from Ronchi. In a bit of an awkward position. Forces a stoppage. No spares for either side, so even matchups all around the ground. McDonald gets a great jump. He's been impressive in the ruck today. Governs theirs for the Roos, and they will clear, although the kick's not the best. And another good intercept mark, I think this time to Lockie Flag.
So Flag, he'll drop it up over the top, can't take the mark. Cut off by the Roos, and the ball will spill over the free. They're saying, was it deliberate? Umpire's picked out a free kick. Has he? No. I said it'll be a throw in. So into a bit of a headwind in that pocket area there. We saw Gallop though kick a goal from over there, I think, didn't he? So I can remember.
Kicked his second from that side.
Yeah, so it can be done. Throwing up, falls short. Clearance. McDonald had a few clearances today. He's been quite good in that area. Bouncing forward. Scrambly. Suits the Brave. Handball out the back. Quick kick forward. Bouncing over the top. Will find the boundary line once again, and it'll be thrown up.
So no goals yet. 5.5 minutes played in this third quarter. Noosa have scored though for the first time since the first quarter. Shot from Pettigrove from 55 went right. Chance to add to their score here. About 45 out. Maroochydore reserves boys. Bit of a Bronx cheer for the umpire on the throw in. And I think it's going to be a record.
Difficult work for the umpire today to bring that ball into a big gale.
We've seen actually the field umpires as well revert to throwing the ball up at times with centre clearances or centre bounces. Some good distance on the throw. Goes left, as I said, they've done all day. Noosa around, shot on goal. Pretty clever shot in the end, the check side, but it didn't come back. And just another behind for the Tigers.
It might have been Nidri.
I think he's been moved forward. He's named on the wing. Couple of changes for both sides on this interchange gate right in front of us.
Cavallaro coming on the bull, number 39 for the Roos. The Roos are going to bring the ball back out, and they have been playing the outer wing all day up. Big fly up early was McDonald, wearing number 59 now after his Guernsey number 27 was ripped, but misjudged it.
Got the timing all wrong. It was a pretty good kick out as well. Harrison Ronchi, actually a Caloundra junior.
Cooper Langdon coming on for the Tigers now. I see both teams are swinging the changes, rotating the players, throwing it in. Silvani creates a bit of space. That gives a chance for the midfielders to swoop on the ball. Freeman in front, he's got the mark! Well, Riley, you spoke earlier about he's got to get to that front spot. He does, he engaged, and he's taken a strong mark, and this looks like a big chance for the Tigers first for the afternoon.
Well, it's the first time Freeman's been able to have a real wrestle, and I'm not surprised he's come out on top. A good work from the Tigers around the clearance as well. Yeah,
clever play by Silvani, just created some space. The midfielder picked it up and got that nice kick inside forward 50 quickly, and that gives every opportunity for a player like Freeman who gets front spot to take a mark. Freeman for the first for the Tigers, and it's home. A much needed goal for the Noosa Tigers. Jono Freeman kicks his first, and the Tigers 1-5-11 trailing Maroochydore 7-6-48. We've played 8 minutes into the third term QAFL round 14, 120th year this year, and that's what the crowd have come to see. Let's make sure we can make a ball game of this.
Well, they're a long way behind, Jack, but you can only do it one goal at a time. I think we've got a problem. Freeman booted the ball actually over the netting, so it's gone into a swamp. There's a few people down there. I think there's a young kid who's gone down there and got the ball. Well done. Tosses it to the boundary umpire. But they've certainly split the contest this term. I don't even think Maroochydore have had maybe more than one inside 50, if an inside 50 at all. We know the breeze is favouring left of screen, but I think Coach Leuenberger will be really happy with the effort and the intent from his players.
Well, as you said, he's thrown Silvani, who gives him a bit more probably flexibility around the contest. He's like a ruck rover once the ball hits the deck.
And Vivian's been thrown in the middle, had the tap straight down his throat, but he fumbled it. Only a winger, the young player. Good hand pass out over the top from the Roos. In the nick of time, he got it away. Silvani swoops on it. Pumps a hand pass forward 15 metres, goes inside forward 50, runs over it. Ogden fumbles, gets a hand pass out wide to a teammate with good vision. The 2-on-1 here. Pettigrove goes up. Nidri stayed down. Steadies from 45. Tate Nidri for 2 in a minute for the Tigers. Freeman's there. Can't take the mark. Well defended by Smythe. On the kick to Wagner's a bit of laissez-faire. Hand pass now. And they'll rebound and they get the ball out to half back really quickly, Jack.
Oh, they had a decent look out of the Tigers. Just couldn't quite finish it off. This will be Thomas. Noosa feed the ball back. They're looking bored. They're going to take the game on, run through the middle, drive forward to centre half forward. They've got the drop if they can take it. Ball spills free. Handball back. A quick kick forward. They'll pay the mark. Numbers are going to suit Maroochydore. They're going to have to get on their bikes, Noosa, to try and shut this down. Handball over the top. They're going to be out if they want. Out onto the wing. Ball bounces free. Wobbling around. Does a pirouette. Kicks high. Gallop engages early. And Johnson both holding each other. Play on's a call. Good solid tackle. Play on's a call. Umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
I feel like we've had a complete reversal from the opening half. Maroochydore now making those sort of basic errors, and Noosa seem to be a bit more on top of the contest, Jack.
Big punch away there by Wilson. Vivian, he's been dangerous today. A quick kick forward out towards Holt, who also been a lively player today. Can he keep the ball alive? He does. Handball across the bottom. Now they feed back towards Thomas. Noosa get to the ball first. Keeps his feet. Clever. And he'll win the contest. Handball over the top. Tigers will take the ball out.
The centre wing. Nidri's here. Stays down, gets it on the boot. It's a one-on-one. Smythe and Freeman. Smythe gets there first, keeps it in front, doesn't want it to get out the back. He's still on it, flicks a hand pass up. McKenzie comes in support. Nidri's worked all the way up to lay the tackle. McKenzie's hand pass keeps it near the boundary line. I think that's Wagner who just grabs it, throws a little check side. How's the umpire sees this? Pays deliberate. A few Maroochydore players appealing the umpire's decision, but it's not going to change it. So Noosa with all the momentum at the moment. Get the only goal of this quarter, and they're 37 points down. Pondering their options. That's Rogers, sends it up to half forward. Freeman's going to come at it. No mark taken. There's a bit of pressure. There's a good tackling there. It might have been Jai Fitzpatrick, and we'll have a ball up. Just since the game's changed the last 5 or so minutes, but Noosa only got the one goal to show for their efforts. Stone and Jai Fitzpatrick wrestle and end up in a stalemate. Freeman's around this ball, doing the ruck work, grabs it, throws it on his boot. His man Smythe, the one in front, snapped up, picked up by Malone and snapped, and kick went nowhere except out of bounds.
So deep inside the Tigers forward 50, they're looking for back-to-back goals, still trailing by 37 points. So they've got it all to do, but this will be a lifter if they can get this clearance. Umpire throws it in nice and high. Front spot. Freeman doing the ruck work. Punched over the back. Cleared away through O'Toole. But it's over the line and out of bounds on the full. So the Tigers will get a repeat entry. They've got short on if they want. You drive it high. That'll probably suit Maroochydore. And it's chopped off there. In defence, they'll go in short again. Thomas plays on quickly, under pressure. Handball over the top, coughed it up. Kept it alive though. Maroochydore will have the numbers. Working the ball through. Here gets a chance for the Tigers now, trying to drive their legs through the contest. Ball spilling around. Tigers wanting back-to-back goals. The umpire says, I'll have it, thanks.
A couple of clumsy errors from Maroochydore there. On their way out of defensive 50. Silvani grabbed it out of the ruck. Didn't get a kick. Umpire said holding the ball. That might have been Captain Josh Govan laying the tackle. So he'll be the one to come away with it. And he wastes no time looking for Cavallaro. The wind's playing havoc with a few kicks, and that ball ends up going out over the boundary line.
Players running off to try and get some changes. Fitzpatrick coming off onto the ground for the Tigers is Horbury. Also coming on for the Tigers is McKenzie.
So in a stalemate this game is at the moment. Just the 1 goal to Noosa this quarter. Cavallaro can't take the mark. Follows up with a tackle at ground level. Umpire content to let it go, and now he decides to ball it up.
And Riley, we've been told number 64 is Ryan Crisp. He's wearing jumper 64 today, not number 14 as is his usually jumper, so apologies for the first half, not getting the right name, but they wasn't in the team sheet.
So Noosa now at half forward. Ball's going to run inside forward 50. Although a pretty effective punch. Falls in the lap of McKenzie. He throws it on the boot again. Out of the path of Cavallaro, and I think the Roos will be content to see that one out over. It's a bit of a war of attrition at the moment, Jack. 15 minutes played in this third quarter. Just the 1 goal to Noosa. The Roos are leading by 37 points.
So the umpire to bring the ball back into play. Silvani for the Tigers. Works his play under the ball, but it's going to be cleared away through the Roos. They're going short. Centre forward can't. Pressure. Ball hits the deck. Crisp. Clicks the ball away. Finds his teammate. Handball over the top. Tigers got the overlap. Step inside. Under pressure now. Good forward pressure. He's caught with a footy. That might be Gallup. What's he saying?
No, he's paid him for a sling tackle. A free kick against Gallup.
Overzealous. Tigers go down the line. Good hit up lead. Oh, this could be 50. No. In the contest says the umpire. So the Tigers in front of the scoreboard that says 48 v 11. Looking for their second goal. Silvani. Long kick to centre half forward. Spills out the back. Tackled. Spills it. Cuffs the ball up. The Roos through McDonald have turned the footy over. So Tigers again. Looking inboard. Kicks it high. Freeman's at the back. He's got 2 to beat. Spills forward. Here's a chance now. Handball over. A shot on goal. Kicks it high towards the wind. Bouncing. The numbers are going to suit the Roos. They don't panic. Then they'll clear the ball out. McKenzie clears it down the line. Bouncing. It's going to suit Wilson. Steps inside. Handball. They've got numbers. Good tackle. They're going to be caught with a footy. And the umpire says you're gone. Great tackle there by the skipper. Lucky flag.
And almost gave it away. Flag. Gave Stewart a little push there. He punches one in. Well, Mark not taken. Ground level swooped on by McKenzie. Left foot shot. Freeman comes from the back. Touch play on. So in the end, we're going to have a ball up.
Oh, I thought it was a great mark. Didn't see the touch. Good call, Riley.
I didn't know. I was just going off what the umpire said there, Jack. So you see a couple of players cramping, and actually a couple of moments before, I think Wilson ran into his own trainer in the middle of the ground, and both were knocked to the ground, as we see from this stoppage. A sling tackle is paid 2 in about 3 minutes. So the duty of care is on the tackler, and for the Roos, they'll have a chance to clear. I think young Harrison Ronchi is struggling with cramps. He's been down for about 30 seconds. Play's been stopped.
Not sure they need to stop it here. It's not a...
He's actually moving pretty well now as the umpire tosses the ball back to McDonald. And he's going to come out broadcast side. You've got to be careful here with the wind, because that is what happens. Although the ball gets out the back with no one touching it. Hand pass is flicked forward, and then just on the volley, Gallup v Johnston. This is going to be a race. There's no one inside forward 50. Johnston's got front position, although Gallup pushes him out, goes to ground as well. Thomas swoops in, stands in the tackle. Adams from 45, shot on goal. How does it bounce? It hits the post. And although we won't go in the scorebook for it, that was again really good work from Ty Gallup, Jack.
Oh, he's been exciting today. He's a much-watched player, bums on seat sort of player we want to watch. We're interested to see how his career forwards. A kick out by Pettigrove, and it's turnover. They'll go short. This could pay a big price.
I don't think that's 15 metres.
A turnover there. Again, we haven't got number 24 in our books either, so not sure what's happening here. Here's a chance for Thomas. He knows where the goals are. His hand went up straight away before I think he even left his boot. And he's nailed it. Great goal, Ben Thomas. He's second for the afternoon. He's dangerous around. He knows where those goals are. And the Maroochydore Roos kick their, is that their 8th for the afternoon? 8-7-55, leading Noosa Tigers 1-5-11.
They just capitalised on a poor defensive exit by Noosa there. I just don't think all players at times today have actually read the flight of the ball well. Going left of screen, and it is tricky, quite tricky to judge with the wind. And they just haven't got their kicks right at times, or when they go to mark the footy. And as we see there for Noosa, it can prove costly.
Yeah, great work by Tom O'Leary, who just chipped that ball at the intercept and then just squared the ball over.
So each team using their far winger as almost as defensive sweeper at this stoppage, or this centre clearance. McDonald against Silvani. Silvani just grabbed it out of the ruck, threw it on the boot, and a good intercept mark taken there by Hunter Moore, going back with the flight of the footy. He looks broadcast side, and then in the middle he's got no one. He pokes a kick up to Thomas Holt, who's worked a long way to get that footy. He'll poke it in short this time to Thomas, the goal kicker from moments before. It's good control. Thomas looking for Gallup, and he takes the mark. He's had Johnston for company since half time. So what's Gallup going to do? She sets it up to about 35 out. Cavallaro gets out the back. It does here. 2-on-1 for the Roos, although no one goes and gets it. And players around it, so the Roos will have a chance from about 25 out, Jack.
Yeah, and I think you're right. It's been a tough day, but the defence has done pretty well for the Tigers today. Just the 8 goals to half time. Just as I say that, there's a free kick found, and it looks like it'll go to Cavallaro, who's lining up for his second for the afternoon.
Yeah, free kick for a hold, and I thought it was there.
Yep. So Josh Wagner coming on back onto the ground, as off the ground comes Tom O'Leary for the Roos. Cavallaro, the dynamic forward, lining up for goal number 2. And Maroochydores 9th, he comes in, steers it through, never in doubt. He's got his second. Maroochydore have their 9th for the afternoon. And Maroochydore move further away. As the scoreboard's going backwards on there. That should read 9-7-63. Sorry, 9-7-61. Apologies to Noosa 1-5-11.
And Noosa probably starting to pay the price for not capitalising on their forward dominance that they had in the first 15 minutes of this quarter. Can be a bit disheartening at times. Look at the 1 goal and 2.5 quarters of footy. They are showing much better signs in this second half. It's going to be Free and McDonald. Free Hands to Pettigrove, back to Nidri, back to Pettigrove, who gives it to Free. And we're kind of back where we started. Free's taken down, and a great tackle by Josh Govan. Umpire Payers holding the ball. He's got runners left and right. Maroochydore normally like to just poke these ones forward till they get to about 60 or 70 out. That's what happens here. More. Had Holt in short. Oh, good grab at its highest point. I think it might be Adams from 50. Got 3 going back to the goal square. And Max McDonald is one of them. And he takes a good mark at the top of the goal square, the ruckman. He's worked very hard today. And he has a chance to kick his first goal of the game.
Well, don't you like to see that? The big ruckman moving forward and taking big grabs out of the goal square. And that's a feather in his cap. And it craps off what's a good day, becomes a really, really good day if he can kick some goals.
So from the top of the goal square, Max McDonald hits the post.
Around the grounds we see Aspley 59, only 2 points ahead of Broadbeach now, so that's nice and tight there. Redlands 85 leading Palm Beach 41, Morningside 80 leading Surfers Paradise 35 as they bring the ball back into play once again, but it's going to be cut off as it was, and it's Gallup again. He's a thumping kick. Well, I think he might have a bit of cramp. He'll just go in short. He drives it to the goal square. Packs set themselves over the top. No one can take the mark. Spills free. The Tigers will just kick the ball out. It's a nice kick too, and there's a nice mark there taken by Cooper Ogden, who's been busy today. Goes in short, finds Hornbury. Oh, under pressure, goes in short again, kicks to a contest. McDonald gets a fist to the ball, spills out the back. Here's a chance for the Tigers. They fall to the ground. That gives Wagner a chance to win the footy. Handball over the top towards Adams. Adams drives the ball into the goal square. Got the sit if he wants it. He's in front position. He's taken the mark. Play on's the call. Dribbles out the back. Can they get the goal? Off the ground. Thomas. That's what he does. He turns half opportunities into big opportunities there to get the hands from the crowd. He's got 3 goals, Ben Thomas.
And it's all going Maroochidore's way at the moment. They've kicked 3 goals in the last 6 minutes. I actually really like that kick by Liam Adams going inside forward 50. Really drew his teammate into the ball.
Done a couple of good things, Adams, since he's this quarter.
And he's always lively, Ben Thomas. Kicked a couple of goals last week against Aspley. I think he kicked a game. I think he might have kicked a bag of 4 in the VFL.
He did. I was there that game. Yep.
Earlier in the year. He's got 3 here today. And he'll have chances to add to that as well. Maroochydore really starting to take control of this contest. They're getting a lot of reward on the scoreboard for it. Gallup's been moved into the ruck. It's up against Free. And he thumps it forward 5 metres. There's not much the young man can't do. Jai Fitzpatrick feigns a hand pass, works through a couple of tacklers. Goes back to Johnston. Good vision out to Cooper Ogden. He's a long way from home to in the path of a teammate. And gets a fist to it. And Maroochydore now. Wagner, hand pass. Stone to Wagner. Well, Thomas actually, and this should go to Wagner. It does. The left footer could be within range here. Holds up the hand pass, delays the give. In on goal, the snap is not great, but it's going to be a free kick, and it might be on here because that was a late hit, and Cavallaro gets going, takes an opponent to ground. Well, not the best look for either side there. Now, in terms of action, it's going to be Scollard with the shot on goal. He's right up against the, the man of the marks on the point post. There's that little brawl's kind of been de-escalated. Scollard, left foot snap is, well, perhaps the less said the better. It's out of bounds on the full in the other pocket. It was really good play by Maroochydore to take the ball down via hands. They've been able to control possession really well at times in this third quarter and link up going into a pretty heavy wind as it's been all day. The kick from Noosa, Gallup just plucks it and then sends it to the top of the goal square. Looking for Scollard. Stewart on his left foot. Kick kind of goes nowhere. Scollard has to go and get it. And in the end, we'll have a stoppage, about 25 out from Maroochidore's goal.
So the Roos keep peppering away. They've got on top of this second half of this third term. Free gets a ball, gets a quick hit. Johnson, quick kick forward. There's a nice mark taken there.
Declan Fitzpatrick.
By Fitzpatrick in his debut. Wagner chops it off. He goes in short. Govan had a good game today, the skipper. Always leads from the front. On the left, drives it long. Pack set themselves. He had a good look at it, couldn't take the mark. Cleared away by the Tigers, but the numbers are going to suit Wagner. And Maroochydore, he looks around, right, looks left, then gets on the trusty left and finds a beautiful kick out on the wing, front of the scoreboard. They drive it long inside forward 50. Why wouldn't you? Pack set themselves. Umpires found a holding free kick, and it's a free kick to the Roos. Not sure who is going to, if you can pick it up. Scollard, the dangerous Scollard, is going to have a shot on goal. He missed one from the pocket, but the left knee heavily strapped. Scollard lining up for his first for the afternoon. The prolific goal kicker for the Roos comes in and makes no mistake whatsoever, and that's his first goal for the afternoon and their 11th goal all up for the Roos.
That's a very good strike.
Yeah,
into the wind as well.
It's a beautiful kick, and even though he missed that one in the pocket, but in his hands are so he's a great mark, isn't he, on the lead? Some of the marks he took early in that first term was good. So the Maroochydore Roos 11-8-74, now 10-goal leaders on the Noosa Tigers 1-5-11, Riley.
As the shadows start to come across the ground, goal umpire down one end asking for players from both teams to be in the square, take their positions for 6-6-6.
These two teams met in round 4, and it was Maroochydore 88 defeating Noosa 43, so it looks like back-to-back wins for the Roos, continuing their great form from last week over Aspley.
So Max McDonald with the head out, Noosa with the clearance. Declan Fitzpatrick's there, Ronchi is as well. Fitzpatrick lays the tackle, causes a stoppage. Up again. McDonald does well to get his hands to it, but Noosa the clearance. Ronchi with a hand pass over his head. And then the kick, good spoil there by Noosa, but swooped on by the Maroochydore player. Kick up the half forward, looking for Wilson, lands on his chest. Oh, and it could be on behind play here, or right next to Wilson in fact. There was a hit, the kick's inside forward 50 now. Noosa keep the ball in front. Oh, I tell you what, off screen. Oh, that's not good at all. It might have been Holt from Maroochydore who was hit. No, it was Hogan. And the umpire...
Yeah, there's a player
well, I think originally, off screen is coming off now, it was Horbury from Noosa that was hit. And it's on in front of the spectators again. The umpire's giving the ball to Tom O'Leary. He's got a shot on goal, and now he's going to get a 50-metre penalty. So it's going to be a goal, you would think, to Maroochydore in the dying stages this third quarter, and the players are now going to their positions. As you can tell, the crowd's not terribly happy, or sections of the crowd, as O'Leary from point-blank range kicks his goal, his team's 5th of the quarter and 12th of the day. The margin is now 69 points, and Jack Barry, there's probably a little bit to unpack in that last minute and a half, as all the Roos players get to O'Leary.
I'm sure the AFL will have a look at all that as tensions are starting to spill over here, but they both need, the captains need to get on top, coaches need to get back on top and then get this game quarter played out. But it's all been Maroochydore 12-8-80, leading Noosa 1-5-11. as they sort of sort themselves out. The umpire's back on top, players getting back into position now. So,
in terms of game, really well done by Harrison Ronchi, young player in his first year at QAFL. Got out at the footy and then lit a little flick hand pass over the top of his head. I don't know how players get away with that, but it does. And he made it work, and then it all kind of went to pieces, unfortunately, after that. So Silvani and Max McDonald in the ruck. Still waiting on players to get in the goal square. That's 2 in a row. It's actually going to be an infringement against Maroochydore. So that's a 6-6-6 warning. And as a result, the umpire tosses the ball up. Perfect throw. McDonald the head out. And the siren goes for three-quarter time. A dominant display by the Maroochydore Roos, kicking 5 goals to 1 in that quarter. And lead is now 69 points for Noosa. Their goal coming that quarter, courtesy of Jono Freeman. And Jack, you got the goal kickers there for Maroochydore.
Yeah, Ben Thomas kicks 3, and then 2 to Ty Gallup, and also Elliot Cavallero, and then 1 each to Sam McKenzie, Mitch Schollard, Thomas Holt, Aaron Wilson and Tom O'Leary. So at three-quarter time, it's Maroochydore 12-8-80 leading Noosa 1-5-11. We'll have a short break and be back for the final quarter action of the round 14 game between Maroochydore and Noosa. Well, welcome back to Maroochydore for the final quarter action between Maroochydore and the Noosa Tigers, and it's been all Maroochydore today. 12-8-80 leading Noosa 1-5-11. I'm Jack Barry. I'm joined in the commentary by Riley Guest, the local Sunshine Coast employee for the AFL up here. And Riley, it's been an interesting game. The Tigers have had their moments, but they just haven't had the runs on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they dominated the first half of that quarter just then, Jack, but could only get the one goal to Jono Freeman. You felt like if they could get back-to-back goals, you know, they would have worked their way back into the game on the scoreboard, because they definitely worked their way back into the game itself. But unfortunately for them, Ben Thomas got on a little bit of a roll, and then a bit of ill discipline, and it all got away from them in the scoreboard now. Doesn't look anywhere near what they would hope, and they've got a bit of work to do in this last quarter to keep it respectable, which is a slight delay. We're waiting for people to get outside the fence here.
Looks like they're putting Johnson back into the ruck after Silvani had a pretty good start to that third term.
And it's good to see Nathan Horbury is back out there as well after his knock late in the third quarter. As we get underway, McDonald and Johnson have gone at it all day, and familiar result of McDonald winning the head out, and now Maroochydore the clearance. Oh, great gathering turn and spin and collect, and the kick isn't the best though. Brad McDonald punches it out in the path of Hunter Moore. He gathers eventually and then doesn't give the hand pass to a teammate, electing to run around on his right boot and finding Zach Stone, who's played a decent game off half back today. Normally runs through the middle, but I think he's been spending a bit more time down back. Has helped this team rebound quite well. He sends a high, long kick up to half forward. Lots of players around it. Noosa provide a good contest, but quick hands. Cavallaro's got one out the back. All he needs to do is sit it in the path of Wilson, although that is a terrific spoil from Ben Silvani. He did everything perfectly, didn't concede the free kick, and in the end, just a minor score to the Roos, Jack.
Yeah, fantastic work by Silvani. He does a small little touch on the ground. He shoots the ball across to the skipper in flag. Tigers build it up in front of the coach's box. Nice kick. That's a mark there to the Tigers.
I don't think we have 26 on the team sheet.
Kick down the ground, over the top. Handballed out there was McKenzie, the vice skipper. Nice hands in traffic. Pause. Handball over the top to the dangerous Fleming. Flicks the ball out wide. Here's a chance. McKenzie's wide again if he wants him. He does. McKenzie makes good space. Just tips it over the top to the dangerous Gallup. We know what he can do from here. He's going to play on quickly. No, go back and have the shot. He kicked one earlier from further out. And Ty Gallup will have a shot on for goal number 3, and which caps up a really good day for him, Riley.
I think we're starting to see this game open up straight away in the last quarter, Jack. There are 3 players from both sides running all around. Gallup goes back. The wind's probably actually just died off for the moment. It's very still up in the box. Gallup has 2. And now he has 3. And he gets a double clobber out as well to celebrate. Points to his reserves teammates on the hill. Ty Gallup having one of his better games at QAFL level. I know we kicked a bag of 5 the other week, but he's kicked 3 goals, 3 today, and I would say he'd be a contender for best on ground, Jack. Yeah,
well, he's been influential, and that's what you look for in a day when players can stand up in the big moments. And I thought he presented well in the first quarter, had a really good second term. He's been in the ruck, he's been up forward, he plays beyond his years, doesn't he? He plays a strong game, so congratulations to him kicking 3. Can he finish the day off with a few more yet to come? So the future looks bright for the Roos, with young Thomas kicking 3 and Gallup kicking 3. And we've liked the game of Vivian. The ball goes up in the centre, tapped over the back, trying to keep the ball alive. They do. A fist in there was from O'Leary. Now it's cleared away by McDonald. And Wilson got rid of his opponent and took a strong mark. He moved flag out of the way, and these two would have probably trained with each other a bit. And he'll have a shot for goal for Wilson. He's kicked the 1 earlier in the day. He'll line up for his second goal and the 14th goal. So danger signs here for the Tigers. They won't want to lose this game with 3 figures. Wilson just offline and misses. Through for a behind. So the Tigers would bring the ball back into play.
Silvani with the kicking duties. Looks like it could be coming Combok's side. Doesn't know whether he wants to go short or long. He's going to have to go long. He does, and it's a pretty good kick. And it holds its line in the wind. Free's pushed under the ball. Plays around it. A chance for Noosa to go quickly. One hand pass and then two. Kick over the head of Mackenzie. And Smythe just picks it up, pokes one to Stone, gathers cleanly on the bounce, although he's got about 6 Noosa players around him, which means his kick over the top to Holt, and Holt's got a spare player in Cavallaro, and I tell you what, no one is on Gallop at the moment either. They're all just kind of stuck in no man's land there with their running patterns, Jack.
Well, Cavallaro looking for goal number 3 himself, so the firepower up forward, which you spoke about earlier in the day, Riley, is certainly coming through to fruition.
So the breeze has died down a bit. So probably left, inside left goalpost is Cavallaro from 40. Doesn't strike it really well, and in the end it doesn't make the distance, and Noosa happy to concede the behind. Margin now 78 points and an even 13 goals. Silvani with the kick-in duties. He runs out of the square. A couple of quick steps. Sends a long one and holds it in the air. Freeman got a hand to it, couldn't complete the mark. Adams there at ground level. Lots of players on this footy. Hand pass fed out. And in the end, just a stoppage.
Umpire throws the ball. McDonald, clever tap over the back. Keeping the ball alive. A quick kick by Vivian squares it, but the Tigers are in front and they'll clear the ball away through Bowes. Out wide. Tigers run and carry. One bounce. Out of wing. Steps inside. Puts himself under pressure. Handballs to Con. Con goes out wide. He gets the ball back and feeds again. Good build up by the Tigers. Again inside on the left. But smothered, that causes a turnover, and here come the Roos. Through the middle of the ground, too much on it. Silvani takes a mark, squares the ball up there, looking for Lenton. Play on, through the middle. Nice hit up, drops the mark. Fitzpatrick, Lenton again, kicks it high. No one can take the mark. Or is he tackled over the top? Play on's a call. Handball forward. Pettigrove goes in short. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Free, lines them up, swinging around. And it's offline through for one behind. Tigers, 1-6-12, trailing Maroochydore, 13-11-89. Riley Guest.
Well, that better passage of play for Noosa the last couple of times going forward. Clean disposal. But in the end, Free actually too much assistance from the wind, as the Roos will bring it in. Out towards us in the com box here. Max McDonald's under it, can't take the mark, courtesy of Johnston. Malone, not clean either. Ball's still there. Hasn't spilled out. Oh, tackle without kicking it, holding the ball, says the umpire. That's Hogan to Vivian. Needs to stay in the field of play. Bumped as his kick, so it's quite high, doesn't go very far. Holt's under it. Good effort from both players. Oh, doesn't get a hand pass away, does Flag. Holding the ball. It's going to Holt. Got options on the far side of the ground. Stabs one to Mackenzie. He wheels and goes. Central though. And it's cut off by Pettigrove. Chance for the Tigers. Free. He's got Johnston out wide to his right. Plays on. Oh, and he slipped as he kicked. Kick went nowhere. Vivian, another poor blind kick. High up in the middle of the ground. Players from both teams starting to tire. Keeps it in front. Does Adams. Being good. Gets out the back. Wills him in prime position if he can gather cleanly. Pushes Silvani to the ground. Gathers. Hand pass over the top to Scollard. Although it was over the top of him almost. He kept it in front and eventually steadied and kicked the goal. His second of the day. Maroochydore go to 14-11-95. Noosa 1-6-12. This game's definitely starting to open up, Jack Barry. The footy's moving quite quickly around Domino's Park here.
Yeah, it certainly is. And we're seeing that Coach Leuenberger, he's throwing his players around. But I'm sure that Coach Walsh will be really happy with the way his team's responded today. A great win last week, and they've backed it up again today. They've been convincing in all areas of the ground today. If we look around the grounds, we see Broadbeach 63. Oh, I think that might be wrong. Broadbeach, 63 trailing Noosa. Broadbeach 63 trailing Aspley 72. We've got Redlands 95 leading Palm Beach 30. Morningside 90 leading Surfers Paradise 44. The umpire throws the ball back up, gallop into the ruck. Now, there's anything this kid can't do. Cleared away beautifully through the likes of Adams. It goes inside forward 50. Can't take the mark. Ball spills free. Danger signs already again for Noosa as the ball's back inside their forward 50 straight away. But the umpire will bring the ball and out and throw it up. Noosa, we've got Woolston Grange 64 leading Sherwood 46. Labrador 153 well on top of Mount Gravatt 22 as they clear the ball again through the ruck. Here's a chance again as they try and take the ball forward, Maroochydore, but the umpire says I'll have it once again.
And I think if we look at next week, Jack, Noosa will play Morningside and Maroochydore got to go all the way down to play Palm Beach Currumbin. As from the stoppage, I might think it might be Thomas. Snaps and goals. That was perfect, just down the throat. I'm pretty certain that's Benny Thomas because they're all getting to him. He gets his fourth of the day. Yeah, it was Benny Thomas, and that's what his goal sense is very, very good. That's why you can see when he went to that Lions that day, he can play here. But he's kicked bags of 7 or 8 here in the QAFL game. But again, very, very dangerous. A genuine small forward, and he's capping off a really good day today. 4 goals to Ben Thomas. So sorry, going to next week, Noosa have Morningside and Maroochydore have got Palm Beach Currumbin, and they will definitely need to win that one to keep their faint hopes of finals footy alive. It's a mouth-watering battle that looks like they'll go down again today, Palm Beach. That'll be the 5 games in a row that they potentially could have dropped, so the Lions will be looking to get back onto the winners list. The umpire bounces the footy. Neither ruckman get a hand to it. Jai Fitzpatrick wins a clearance. Inside forward 50, Noosa will go. No mark taken. Cons around this one. Good tackle by Noosa, and they trap the ball just inside their forward 50. That does worry me a bit, seeing young Gallup in the ruck. I know he's young and athletic, but he just got cleaned up there through not probably knowing a bit about ruck craft. And then he's a prodigious forward. You would think if he's going to do any ruck work, it's probably going to be in the forward line as opposed to centre bounce clearances. And in fact, he's coming now to the bench. Yeah. As Max McDonald's going into the ruck. Yep. But he can jump. He's an athletic young player. He's certainly been a good player to watch today. Noosa's effort's been pretty good in this last quarter. No reward on the scoreboard just so far. Ronchi runs away and gives the hand pass. There's space under the scoreboard. And in the end, I think the boundary line... No, umpire's going to ball it up. 12 minutes gone in this final quarter. Maroochydore the 3 goals. Noosa not yet having scored. Only kicked 1 goal all day. Hopefully they can rectify that in these next 20 minutes of footy we've got. Stoppage, no clear winner. So hands around the footy. Kick smothered there by Maroochydore. Vivian, I think, went and got it. And tackled. And in the end, Johnston has had a good game. Nice little hand pass to Pettigrove. Silvani. Jai Fitzpatrick. He's got options inside forward 50. Out in the path of Freeman, and the kick's not great. Over the top, Freeman 2-on-1. And McDonald takes the intercept mark. And he's going to come right out here to Stewart. Stewart takes a mark in front of the central commentary position. He kicks it high. It's a wobbler. Front spot is going to be Crisp, and he takes a strong mark. Crisp. Wearing number 64 today. Crisp on the right foot, kicks down the line. It might be a turnover, and it is, and it's taken the mark there is Mackenzie. Mackenzie goes in short, finds his teammate. Nice little kick there, and a good mark to O'Leary. O'Leary had his moments today. Kicks down the line. Body work done by Noosa early.
Cavalieri to the dangerous Thomas. Goes inside forward 50. Wilson has 2 bites of it. Silvani will clear. That's been a good battle. Steps inside. I like him a fullback. Goes in short. Good play. Can't take the mark though. He butters up. Doesn't look like he's got a lot of people to go to. Goes along the line. But it's going to be turned over. And a mark to the Maroochydore at centre-half forward. I'll quickly bring the ball back in. Look for the dangerous Thomas. The fist comes across. A nice punch away there by the defender. And the ball goes over the line and out of bounds.
It was Talis Buntain dashing over there to affect the spoil. But we just see Jackman Maroochydore, Noosa try to take the ball out. They just had no options. And young Mackenzie just had nowhere to go and tried a really risky inside kick. And it was cut off by Zach Stone. That's just how things have been when you've gone to, or you're going into the wind. So from the stoppage, McDonald feeds a hand pass out nicely. Now O'Leary from 40, steadied, and his kick on goal was just to the right. Doesn't add to the one major he's already got.
So approaching the 15-minute mark of the final term, and it's all been the Maroochydore Roos today. Very impressive, Coach Walshett. Starting to build something here at the Roos.
It's taken a little bit of time, and their loss at home to Broadbeach a couple of weeks ago would have stung, but they were very impressive in knocking off reigning premiers Aspley last week. Consecutive wins and a chance to go 3 in a row next week against Palm Beach Currumbin.
That's going to be a really crucial game.
That's an 8-point game.
Yeah, I think if they can get that one, and they could really sneak them into the finals. Labrador, like they're coming home with a strong set of...
Some very impressive wins.
They were impressive wins, so they're a team to watch as well. So, interesting season for the QAFL. Ball punched forward. Roos will go back into attack. Front spot, can he take the mark? Punched out of his hands. That was Scollard. Here's a chance. They feed the ball back. Left footer, nice kick inside forward 50. Wilson gets nudged under the ball by Silvani. Here's a chance of ball spilling free. Scollard once again, he's clever. He's dangerous in these situations. Jumping on top of the ball. Noosa will be happy to try and drag that ball in. Since you're caught with the footy, free kick Noosa Tigers. And the crowd getting involved over there. Looks like again, Tempers getting on top. Not good near the boundary line as the...
So it's a free kick to Noosa. That was the original decision.
Yeah, Wilson's in there.
And have we seen a yellow card?
Not sure. Wilson's... It's a free kick to... Yep, it's going to be Cavaliero. He'll get the free kick on the boundary line. I think those young lads need to get back away. For a free kick, it was going to be a 50-metre penalty. So Cavaliero will have a shot directly in front, and he'll kick his third for the afternoon. No question about that. No, he's not going to get the kick. Oh, free kick against. So it goes to the Tigers in defence.
So we're not really sure what's happened.
I'm not sure where that 50 come from, but it was back to front 50.
So it's going to be Noosa with the ball in the back pocket.
Looks like the umpire's got the book out.
So maybe a report?
Yeah, he's definitely got the book out. So someone's been reported. And it's going to be the Tigers deep in defence to clear that ball away.
Nice kick up the half back and a good jumping mark. Oh, but the decision's poor, although he works out a scrappy one off his foot. And Pettigrove takes a nice mark, going back with the flight of the ball, gets a hand pass away in the nick of time. Here go Noosa, hand pass into the middle of the ground, although a strong tackle there on Cooper Langan. And it forces a stoppage in the centre circle. I just needed to force a kick forward there, Noosa, get it inside their forward 50, and it was even contest all the way around. Govan wins the clearance, although his kick's going to be cut off by flag. He's going to go straight down the middle, looking at fall free. Takes a strong mark out in front.
He's battled hard today, Free.
He has.
He had to play back, forward, he's played ruck.
And he goes wide with his kick here. Rogers got one over the top in Con. I reckon they'll be looking for Freeman. No, they don't. Pops one in over the top. Nice kick, nice mark, and a chance for Noosa. Not quite sure who that is, sorry. But he's going to be kicking from about, I would say, 47, 48. Going to be a bit of a tricky kick with the breeze.
I reckon this is Nathan Horbury.
I think they've started rotating one of their mids through a forward pocket. It was good passage by the Tigers. Just good vision and trusting their teammates to hit the kick. Horbury, long, steady approach. Builds his momentum. And then the left foot strike is across the face and probably just short as well in the end. It's punched over the line for another behind. Margin's now 89 points. Going to be Sam McKenzie. Bring the ball back into play, and he does so by running and then giving it an almighty roost. Gets the best part of 55, 60 metres on that one. Gets out the back nearly. Vivian's there, as is Max McDonald. Thomas Holt has been pretty impressive for Maroochydore today. Noosa have numbers here now. Johnston spun forever in a day and got it away. Malone kept his hands up nicely in the contest. Gave it back to Horbury. And then the kick to Con was smart. Freeman's out the back here and then moving into space. Con sees that, puts it out in front, and he takes the mark.
Well, it's a beautiful kick and a strong mark, and that's the sort of delivery that I think he's looking for. Get it in quick, give him some space to run into. He takes a strong contested mark. And a chance for Jono Freeman to kick his second, Riley.
I think their last two kicks inside forward 50 targets for Noosa have been their best two kicks going inside all day. So Freeman nearly directly in front. 40 metres out. Favours right. And the ball stays there. Doesn't come back in the wind. So another behind for the Tigers. Probably their best look since Freeman's goal. Just after half-time, McKenzie stays inside the square. It's a teammate up. He's got Adam short if he wants him. And Wagner wide too, but he doesn't. Umpire tells him to play on, so he goes back to McKenzie. Don't really think there's a viable switch here. Noosa have done well to cover the ground. Instead he goes up the middle with a good kick to Scollard. It's a long way from home. Rare areas for him. His kick wide to Adams. Like his game today, Adams.
Yeah, I think Coach Walsh will be happy with the defensive run of a lot of his players today. They've had to push down the ground when they wanted to. Riley, I get you to start compiling your 3, 2 and 1 for the afternoon. Be interesting to see what that is today. It's been workman effort for the Roos. Have been impressive across the ground in many areas, and also keen to see some of your best players for the Tigers as the Roos kick the ball long down the line. Pack set themselves, big fist over the top. No one can take the mark. Spills free. Ball hits the deck. Pettigrove's there sweating on it. Knocked forward. Strong body work there by Maroochydore. Battling for the ball. We've got to pass on our thanks to Chase for her great camera work today. When in blustery conditions, finally the wind stopped for a moment. Up we go, taps the ball forward. Clearance, handball over the top. Here come the Roos once again, left foot through the middle of the ground. Wilson's got the front spot, but it goes over the top of the head. Swooping on the ball, quick little toe pop. Cavaliero, dangerous. Sweeps around the corner, he gets knocked as he kicks the ball towards the pocket, but it's all Maroochydore. They're going to take an uncontested mark, or just gets contested right at the last minute. And it's Scollard.
I would not have wanted to have been sitting under that.
I know, he was there for a while. It probably hung a bit longer than I thought it would, but to his credit, the class forward has taken a mark and he's going to line up for goal number 3. Cavaliero comes off the ground. He's replaced by Thomas, who thinks, can I get my 5th for the afternoon? The sneaky forward comes out. Scollard guides it through. No worries at all. Salutes the crowd. He has 3. And Maroochydore have their 14th. 14-12, 102. Well on top of Noosa, 1-8-14. As Coach Walsh makes the changes. McDonald coming off the ground. Coming on has been Smythe, who's had a great battle at fullback today. Also coming on the ground is Zach Stone, who's also had his moments. He goes back into the midfield. How have you seen it so far?
Well, you could almost, with my 3-2, Jack, split it between the two. It'd be Ty Gallop and Ben Thomas. I think have probably been the two most influential players in the outcome of this game today. They've kicked between them a combined 7 goals, and they've just looked dangerous every time the ball's gone near them. Thomas at ground level as well. His work across half forward with the hands has been really good, and then Gallup just from the start as Pettigrove bursts through and wins the clearance. Although in the end his teammate wasn't playing in front, and Hunter Moore takes the mark. And then my one, and I could be well off here, I've actually decided to give it to Thomas Holt, because I thought in the first half, when things were probably a bit scrappy, his work across half forward was pretty vital. Although you could make cases for the likes of Adam Smythe in particular in the opening quarter was quite good against Jono Freeman, and really set the tone as the ball's here on about centre wing. And it's going to be Langan. And Noosa now with the ball, and then a scrappy kick inside, and it's cut off. And they go to half forward with the ruse. Gallup stands under it, can't take the mark. Nice little bit of work there by Buntain to run around a couple of players. Although they've got nowhere to go, Noosa in there, and they're forced out over the boundary line. Liam Adams, Govern's done a really good job as the captain. And Max McDonald as well in the ruck, I think, has been quite influential too. Yep,
you're spot on. I thought, for me, Govern has done well. Holt, you said. Max McDonald in the ruck's done really well. Fleming, McDonald's given the first use of the ball. Fleming, even the other McDonald at half-backs had his moments during the day as well, as they'll try and clear the ball away now. Handball over the top. Can they get their 17th goal for the afternoon as they kick forward, rolling towards the boundary line, over the line and out of bounds? And of course,
when we look at Noosa, I've really liked Lachlan Flagg. He's led from the front as a captain down back. He's had plenty of opportunities to do so, but he's also been one of their better ball users. And when we look, Matt Pettigrove, particularly since quarter time, he's definitely been their best player around the contest and the clinches, and he's still trying hard late in this game. And then their key backs, Ryan Crispy probably took a half to realise who it was, wearing 64 as opposed to him not being in 14, has battled hard as from this clearance. Kick really goes nowhere. Gallup hits it down, and then Thomas for 5. How does it bounce? There's Crisp, the man we just mentioned. The hand pass across to a teammate is good. And then risks it all for the kick inside, and it's centimetre perfect to Langan. He's got options wide to switch, and that's what he does. Mackenzie, he's a promising young player. Little left foot kick. Horbury. Rogers is the next one in the chain. Just forward of centre wing, the Tigers. Rogers wheels and deals, and it's a pretty good kick inside forward 50, landing right in the lap of Jai Fitzpatrick. Now he could go for Freeman or he could go for home. He goes for Freeman at the top of the goal square. He's got to beat about 3. That's a great spoil by Adam Smythe. Not letting up anything, not giving up anything, sorry, to Freeman. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be tossed back in right in front of the home crowd. They'll be very happy.
Yep, they've got all 3 wins today, haven't they, Riley?
All commanding victories too. I actually don't think they've given up more than a goal in a game.
So not a great day for the Tigers. They'll have to go home licking their wounds as they throw the ball in. Tapped over the back, McDonald once again, cleared away through Stone, through the middle of the ground. There's a race for the ball. Look at them go. I'll fall to ground. Tigers keep their feet. They'll square it up. Nice mark, centre half back. They've got a short on the 45 if he wants. He decides he'll just go down the middle of the ground. Nice kick, finds Horbury.
They look for this kick a lot, Noosa, but maybe they're not working enough off the ball throughout the game to hit that kick enough.
Skipper going off with his shoulder for the Tigers in flag. He's nursing his shoulder as on comes the Johnson, the ruck. Up towards centre half forward now, but it's going to be cut off. In defence, looks like it's Smythe, the fullback. Hits his target. Vivian, been impressive in patches. Certainly was really good in that early stages of the game. Squares it up.
He's normally played on the wing, but I know he's had a couple of centre bounce attendances today as well. He's getting a bit of a run in the midfield.
Yep, so great development for him. Puts a bit of speed in and around the ball. He's a good ball user. They're going to switch the ball out wide. Here's a chance for Wilson. Wilson's worked hard today. Big kick down the line. Lovely kick. I've liked Mackenzie's game as well. Squares it up. Stone.
Had plenty of it in this last quarter.
And that's the siren. And it's Maroochydore today. It belongs to the Roos. It's a convincing win to the Roos. 16-12, 106 to Noosa, 1-8-14. We'll have a look at the goal kickers. And I'll get you to summarise their game, Riley. Goal kickers, Ben Thomas had 4. Was a major goal kicker of the day. Then 3 to Ty Gallop and Mitch Scollard. 2 to Elliot Cavallaro. This is all for Maroochydore. And then 1 to Sam McKenzie, Thomas Holt, Aaron Wilson and Tom O'Leary. And the lone goal kicker today for the Tigers was Jono Freeman. So a summary from yourself, and well done on your call today, Riley Guest.
Thanks, Jack. So in blustery conditions, Noosa had the advantage with a strong breeze in the first quarter, but Maroochydore did well to kick the 3 goals to nothing. Noosa probably not making the best of the conditions with the way they moved the ball around. And then in the second quarter, it was all Ty Gallop from the 20-minute mark onwards. He kicked 2 goals and had a hand in a couple of others as Maroochydore piled on 4 goals in the last 10 minutes of the quarter to go to half-time with a pretty comfortable lead. And then Noosa played their best bit of footy straight after half-time. I thought their first 15 minutes of the third quarter was superb. Around the contest, they were quite clean. The likes of Pettigrove and Jai Fitzpatrick were having an influence, and they got on the board courtesy of Jono Freeman, but they just couldn't get that second goal that they needed. And then it all went Maroochidore's way in that third quarter in the second half, the courtesy of Ben Thomas, who, as you said, kicked 4 goals. And then in the last quarter, we were really just playing for time, and Maroochydore kicked 4 goals. And Noosa had their opportunities, but they only kicked the 3 behinds. And the Roos just made the better use of conditions all day, and I thought their foot skills, particularly after quarter time, were very impressive. And yeah, I think there might be a few talent scouts or AFL clubs that were looking at the game of Ty Gallop, because there should be a few highlights, particularly his strike from 50 here, Combox side, with the wind being tricky. But I think for the Tigers, unfortunately for them, they're going to have to lick their wounds. It was definitely not their best performance, and in the local derby as well, they'll be quite disappointed. But for the Roos, they've got a season-defining clash next week against Palm Beach, Jack.
Well, we look forward to watching that, and you'll catch all that on your QAFL live stream action on YouTube on the AFL station, on the AFL YouTube station. So the Maroochydore Roos win their 8th game, a 92-point victory here today at Maroochydore. A big thank you to Riley Guest and to also Chase for her work on the camera today. But all day belongs to Roos. Look forward to catching you next time on the next episode of the QAFL. Thank you.